Right. Thank you. Hello? Is it working? Frostcrest apologising on my behalf. Thank you very much, Frosty. Is everything working? Can we hear me? Probably everybody's left. I expect so. Was anyone ever here? Who knows? Right, this is it. We're here. We've done it. We've got to do that. I've got to click that. I've got to go here. That's on. This is on. And that's working. This is working. Is black the new orange? Black the new orange. Orange, orange. I've got to have an orange Bing Bong t-shirt. Which I wear all over the place. Today I've got this this blue suit on with a blue shirt. It's a bit silly looking really when you see it all together, like. Yeah. See, I don't know if you could see that, but I'm all blue. Anywho, it was like an outfit for what I was doing. Apologies. Yes, so apologies there. Top chat, that's not what I want. Live chat. And can I see, is this working? Is it updating? It doesn't seem to be updating for me. Chat. Is chat there? Come on, update for me. Is black and the orange? Really, that's not the latest message. It's been there a minute or two. It looks like they're trying to push that. Was that what we read? And then there's a black and the orange. It says that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. The streaming dismiss. End in studio. Stream finished. Fuck. Is this live? Am I live right now? It's all messed up. The whole thing's messed up. Chat's all gone. Started a new stream. The other one I ended, but everyone, Rocky's on the phone here telling me I'm live, but I've not clicked the live button, so. Oh my goodness, I am so crap at the YouTube stream buggy or what. Yeah, it opened like 3 streams for me all at once, and I definitely only clicked it once. I don't know what's going on with it. You're live, nice wave, hi. Okay, so you've definitely seen me, so that definitely all happened. Right, so I don't know what's going on. I'm live right now. Where am I live? Where am I live right now? Where? Oh my god, this is so annoying. That stream hasn't started. There's everyone in chat. Look, there's me. It is live and there's 156 people. What? Viewers are live. Yep, I got that one. Rocky's just told me. Why is everything different? Please bear with me 2 minutes. Live. What? Live. This one's live right now with 219 people. But it's private, so how did that happen? Now it's public. 221 views. What is happening, man? What is happening? Does anyone know what the thumbnail of the video they're watching right now looks like, so I can tell which one it is from this list? I'm so sorry, this is so stupid. I'm so stupid that I've done this. Okay, Grandad, time to get you to bed. It happened once before. Shane McGovern, did you see this video posted today on the Jumbo regarding the Brazil thing? What bum? The Brazil thing. Too much that's making a heart. Right, thanks, Dan. That live stream's been on there for about a month, so we'll see what happens at the end of this. I'm not sure. It may be that this video is lost in the ether of time once we've finished filming. What do you call it? Making it. Once I finish making it. Right, so now that that's stress over. 141 concurrent viewers. That's amazing that people have managed to stick around. It says that there. It probably says a different figure somewhere else. The thumbnail is the matchstick heart. Okay, yes. Thanks, Case. Case, thank you very much. So I've got two. Let's do it. Right, what time is it? 6 minutes till 7. Thought it was odd that you were bringing that thumbnail back. Yeah, it is odd. It was a good thumbnail, but yeah, I wasn't planning on. And that stream's there, been there for a month. Like, I've been trying to delete it every time I go delete this stupid old thread, like this non-viewable stream. It's like, yeah, no problem. And then the next time I log on, it's there again. And now it's somehow taken over the stream, even though I definitely had it set up for something else. Filming is the greatest story ever told. Yeah, exactly. Never-ending story, it seems at the minute. Where would we go? You have the saying of GameStop everlasting tendies. Oh, I was waiting on the other stream, lol. What are you doing over there, you idiot? Smash the like while you are waiting. Yeah, you get cool. Hit like, definitely. I would do it, but I can't. Kim wasn't giving me on this view for some reason. Where I obviously would like to. Right, I see that I dropped off some viewers earlier. And it may have recovered. Right, so thumbnails back fixed. Okay, so this is it. What is there? Housekeeping things. Well, yesterday we had an unfortunate event where we had to ban somebody, and we didn't have to, but we did, and that process was taken executively by a moderator, which may have caused consternation. I know that I talked about it with people afterwards, and it could have seemed abrupt, or it might not have. It depends on your perspective, and really, I've no commentary to make on the whole thing overall, other than to say thanks, Case, thanks, Frosty, Frostcrest, thanks, everybody for bearing with me, and I appreciate that the moderators are like intelligent individuals with their own thoughts and minds and make their own decisions, and I respect them, and they're very good at what they do. They're all very nice people, and yeah, that's that. So yeah, so with that respect to that individual person, it's like he's like a professional troll, it seems, and he enjoys wasting people's time. That's his singular objective, and to make it hard for people to deal with him. So he's very good at it, and like the less contact I have with that sort of time waster, the better. So overall, I'm like okay with everything in the end, right? And grateful that I've got such awesome moderators are here, used to, are here, so very ever present, and thanks. So that's that, and really the truth is he's lucky Rocky wasn't here at the time. Not that Rocky isn't reasonable, or what's the word? Good old King Solomon, but he just does like chop people's heads off. Birdbear, where was the Code Fanny yesterday? Was there a Code Fanny yesterday? Code Fanny, quickly, Code Fanny! Yeah, there was. Sowing seeds of discontent. You reap what you sow, and like we're trying to reap success and self-empowerment here, so that's what we're doing. And so that's that. That's like essentially the housekeeping. Also, yeah, cool, awesome. Price of GME is 166.97. When ticker. Whoa, 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 whoa. And here we are, mother fudders, 166.97. We're inside. We got a ticker, we got a price as well as a ticker. Here you see. And we got a timeline. You see, we got a timeline. 5 minutes, huh? What's that telling us? Not my favourite chart. 15 minutes. What's it telling us? Well, there's something to cover here. Quite possibly as we skirt through what else there is to look at. That's what we're looking at today. We'll take a look at this today. We will also take a look at where is it? No, we looked at that yesterday. We'll take a look at... Could look at this, but we're not going to, though not bad. What we're going to look at is... This is supposed to be quick. I mean, if you want, we could look at this. It's the same story, though. Very dodgy. Very dodgy, this here. I mean, we're on the 15 minute, but... CLF, what it could do, easy peasy Japanesey. Sorry, lemon peasy lemon squeezy. That's not appropriate right now. There's a gap. On top of that, this pullback here, you finish higher than here. You've got bearish divergence between these highs. It's obvious. It's likely prices come back before close. 24.58 isn't all that crazy an idea before close. Then $24 spot 58 cents before close isn't that crazy on CLF. At that point, you'd look tomorrow, you'd see perhaps on the 4-hour time frame it comes up, tries again, maybe even goes higher with even lower on the RSI at that point, you know. It's like, let's just see, and it comes, the RSI then goes down and up again somewhere like in here, or possibly in here, again lower, and then you got a 4-hour confirmation of your matchsticks. Thanks, Rich. Thanks, everybody. And then you get a confirmation of your divergence across your time frames, and you can say oops, and then from here you could say oops, and then you could say like whoops, and then there's retraces on the cards here. 21, whoops, 1988, 1989, that sort of area. Golden pocket, 200 period moving average on the 4-hour, still a higher low. That would be maybe what you'd be looking at. Might be, you know, might be. So I've kind of done TA on that. So there's your CLF TA. Blackberry. We were hoping for some sort of a move up or some sort of a move down, because this looks like it's got something to go for it yet. I know that sounds silly. You got a little bit of a move yesterday. After that, we talked about how its potential open and close could be good for it if it did slightly better than it had been doing. Didn't do any more, but still. And you know, and here we are open and closing below the 236. Perhaps that speaks to a good move coming. Bullish divergence. Perhaps, let's see it here on a 4-hour. Obvious, right? Obvious. Lower low on price action, higher low on RSI. This comes in, puts in some sort of head and shoulders. That would look like that you get an entry like 10.26 on this. That's very good, I'd say. 10.50. Where was it? No, it was higher. 10.62. You're looking for an open close You won't obviously get a 4 hour on that today, but you're looking for an open close again here on a 4 hour open and close. It's not a doji, preferably like that one or this one. At which point, or a shooting star or any variation on those candlesticks. What you really want is, what you really want is dailies, but we'll get a 4 hour, probably do good enough open close, one open close. That's positive potentially if it does go up. If it also the ADX goes with it, I anticipate doing so, because this is a positive move here with some. Well, it's in the context of a downtrend. That's like as you expect. Let's see if it burns that off with a turn up here. If it catches the EMA on that, it may well do. So it doesn't really matter where this goes in the short term either, because BlackBerry, like I was chatting about this with Rocky earlier. Like it's got this, like he's got a yellow one. I've got these green ones. These prices on BlackBerry. Like you draw a line through the thing, get everything on your chart. You know, this is where there's so much of BlackBerry's has been traded at in its history. Like the volumes that come through here. If you have your VPVR on, look at that sort of stuff. And then this move, this interest here. Sure, I know that's a period. It's quite a big period of time, like, but it's a trend change, break of the resistance up here at $15 could be great for BlackBerry, like really, really good for BlackBerry. And in terms of an entry that could be really, really good for you, if you didn't already take up a little beat in and around these tests, and it's the golden cross coming in here, weekly time frame. Super, super positive news for BlackBerry. You know, I don't know, like, you know, hit like if you're getting some value out of this, because it's free, and other people would charge you $1,000 just to tell you that BlackBerry's a reasonably good trade at the minute. Whereas I'll tell you why, I'll tell you in advance, I'll tell you the places that you get in at that are best for you, I'll help you manage the trade as we go up. None of it will be financial advice, but all of it will be free. So if you think that's worth something, hit like. And what would you like to get an entry on this, right? Well, you didn't get this. You might get a test of this cross having happened once. I'd see that it's already, like, you know, I'd say that we've had a positive test of it here. This is good enough for me. But there also is, like, the fact that we're so close to price action right now. You've got this 236 here. Just delete that one for now. I don't know if you're going to get a lower entry on this. Yeah, no, I don't know. But if you did, if you could get in here, proper retrace, don't know if you get 777. That number's sticking out to me so much it makes me wonder if I've called that before as the entry. Anyway, now if you could, you won't get it likely, but an entry at 8. How am I trying to do that on that chart? 4 hour. Here, yeah, this is it. I mean, let's just say this is the inverted head and shoulders with the bullish divergence we were talking about on the downside of things, and the potential for like something positive and try and change on the top side, and how you could go through so many moves so quickly and get there. Capturing this 236 also would be like holding and opening above the 200 period moving average on the 4 hour. You'd quickly see prices then start testing like this resistance above is nowhere, right? It at least wick up to these sort of areas at 1147. 1147 is where you'd expect some sort of a pullback, test this 50 period moving average, or in and around this breakout area here. I suspect it would break from here rather than here, like open and close, and then the break might be a retrace, and then an entry at like 1097 would be a good point to get in. At that point you'll have defeated this little mini inverted head and shoulders idea. You might go on and top up, and that might be like a really good low risk entry in terms of the amount of time you spend underwater. But in terms of the best entry you'll probably get on it, you're likely it's in the $10 sort of area, possibly like here, but it might be as low as like, you know, 1022, 1026. Maybe you get in like something there, but anything right now is probably a good buy in terms of the move that you'd be looking at on this thing. Like I say, 1147 But it's only there, it's only there, and that's like by that stage you're looking at retraces. Position management's easy, just watch it. Might come back a little further, and as I say, that would be another entry for people that have got a different type of approach to risk. But this looks really good on BlackBerry, and now it just so happens to be one of the best times to get it. Today is like now. There's your 15-minute, touch the 200, you've had a positive cross here, that's all of these things. No divergence there. You're in the top of the oversold. And you've got this like oops. It's a red, but whatever, point being. This trend line like 1, 2, 3 probably bounces to the top of the oversold zone. It's probably a bounce. It probably catches this center line and above, probably breaks out of this formation. This is like, especially if it dips below here and you get in at any low, like that next 15-minute candle down below there, that's a really good trade, and it's happening right now potentially on the old BlackBerries. So there's, you're looking at that and you're thinking, well, I'll manage my risk. You could maybe, if you wanted to like take profit at 11.47, you could maybe do that. You'd probably be able to get in again back below a little bit, but it's not much of a move, right? So I wouldn't suggest that. I wouldn't personally be taking everything off, and then above that, like at least above 11.47. You're on the early chart. You're also coming in for the 200 period moving average. So like, there's another reason why you might think like in here, I don't want to hold this thing for time. So you might take it, and if you were day trading it and you got all that move by the end of today, you'd be well chuffed. And then you retrace at the 618, just so happens to be at the body close of this Fibonacci that comes down from our ultimate high, our most recent area where we came in our highs here in end of January. So that's like the move on this thing. Like, you capture 11.47, you're sure you'll have maybe a profit taken area at around 12.50, and you'll have something again in at around 14.70. But I'd be looking for a move on this at least up like to 17.50. That's what I'd be looking at on this. At that point, you come in again, you'd say, well, does it look like, is there divergence? Does it look like there'll be a turnaround here? Does it look like, how do we measure this? Is this a higher high on the close? On which time frames do we get the closes? Are they higher, and are they significant enough? Or does it like at that point pause and come back down? You're looking at a triple top, and your risk profile changes. If you were me, you might take a totally new trade at that point and close this one and watch price action. You might just hold it in that, in which case you'd probably also do very well. If it goes on, you're looking at a really good move on this thing. Like I say, looks like a really good trade. This would be a continuation of this trend. Sure, that's higher than here, but the strength and the bullishness on this, considering it is an uptrend. And then what you're looking at, well, 4 hours isn't giving you enough, 12-hour daily won't either, but it is important. This level, this 1563 level, is you can't not consider that. That the extensions on this, which are still don't break like big macro structures, takes it up to around $50. Like give or take, a little bit of that. You're looking at $50 BlackBerry, and that would be, considerable percentage change from where it is at the minute, and that might be a great move for some people. Might be my friends. So that's your BlackBerry TA, and then what else are we going to look at here? Is this still working? Because I'm not seeing chat and that. I'm not seeing anybody do anything. Are people still here? Is anything happening? I'm not getting any notifications about anything. Here's this thing. Has it got me some? Oh, it has. I currently do not have... my eyes are sore. I currently do have $1,000 ready. However, here is 17.5 after Google's silly 30%. By the way, the merch shirts are super comfy. Yo, JC is me. Thanks so much. That's so much support in that message. Cheers. That's really nice of you. This is $1,000 handy. Yeah, well, I mean, if you do find it back at the couch, I'll be here live every day. Just went, I am here. Excellent. Everybody is here. Excellent. And the chat's working again. Thank goodness. I don't know what was going on there. Starting to get thundering what's up with that, like. Thanks very much. Tasty is me. And yes, the t-shirts are comfy. Thanks so much. Especially if you got the comfy fit. Sorry, I'm late. Pregnant wife thinks I'm obligated to listen to BS after she gets back from doctor's checkup. I got things to get on with, oh man. It's Daniel! Congratulations, Daniel, again. Hope your wife's doing well. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks very much for being here. That's very generous of you, thanks. Chaz. Paul B, me again, CLF, please. Well, we did some CLF. You're late, Paul. Paul, you're late. We did some CLF. We did some CLF, didn't we? I'm sure we did, but let's look at it again. I could even say the opposite thing this time if you want. And you've got every Where are you, Cliff? There you are, Cliff Ricardo. Cliff Ricardo. Cliffin Ricardin. And what my general synopsis on yes one was, this is still a good entry, right? This is still a really good entry. But Jamie, it's miles away. Yeah, it's miles away, man. If you were holding it and you've done well, right, great, you're taking profit. I hope, I would imagine that I would have done. I'm not saying I hope, I don't know. You know, I actually, truthfully, don't actually care either way. It's your life, and it's not mine, at all, and it's not financial advice at all. But we looked at this across various time frames. I haven't got it on the 2D yet. Let's take it. Oh, because I'm back here anyway. Let's look at it on the weekly. Yeah, your upper targets on this $28. Like that would be, you know. I'd be very surprised even to see it there, but I would also be pleased. But once it got there, I'd be looking at these sort of factors, Paul, which was, as you can see here, like it would be a continuation of the trend on the 2-day time frame, and you can see we've put in a higher high there above the 236, and that we come back in. We're at the top of that one. Okay, you've really done full retrace up to the top side there. But prices are not outstripping their previous high, right? This peak previously is currently proven to be resistance. And while that all looks okay, you can see it's lower here on the RSI, right? That's bearish. And that's on the 2-day time frame. You drop down to the daily and you can see between these two highs, it's again the same bearishness. You drop down to the 4-hour and you can see it's again the same bearishness. But at this point it's class B. And you might think, well, this is an extended move. The peak is going to come in, probably play to be resistance, at which point you might think today's prices, like the high for today, it may close, 24 or something. What is that? It's 24.80 something, right? What is it? I don't know. So 24.93 we'll call it. It may well be that that's where your daily closes. And then at that point, you're like, let's take a pause. We'll see what happens tomorrow. And then you come in on, this is a 4-hour chart, right? You come in tomorrow and you're like, well, RSI pulls back. Who knows? Stops at the oversold zone, top of the overbought zone, goes back up again a wee bit. And your prices at that point are higher again. We have pushed up. We're above our previous all-time high. And we're doing very well. And everyone, not all-time, but this one here, everyone's very happy. Prices then start going, like the RSI is going up with the prices, but it never makes it back to even today's high, never mind this one back here. At which point you might be putting like confirmation of the divergence across various time frames, and at that point you'd probably want to be thinking about re-entries and profit taken at where it is, and re-entries down below in those areas down below, like because of the move this has had, and that already testing the 200 there. It may well be that you've got two areas where you want to consider price action should it get back there. The first one is in at around $19.91, $19.91. At that point, you're like, yeah, maybe let's look at it, and I would really be interested in seeing things. It won't be a particularly positive formation, but it could be good in other ways. Maybe it's no, it wouldn't work in other ways, but we'll look at it when it comes. But I'd really like something in around here on this one, like the $16 entry. That would be awesome if you could get the right signal at the right time there, and in advance of getting any news on the TA, like in advance of any further signals, I'd be weary that this one may roll over, and I wouldn't be trading it without paying attention to lots of different things. I'd also be keeping a tight risk management strategy, and I'd be looking, ideally, if I was looking for an entry on this and it was the best of all worlds, it would be between $8 and $9.80, something like that. And at that point you might be like, yeah, cool, I'll at least get a big move on the bounce here. And like, if I've got this, as I've got it in from yesterday, you'll have seen it, Paul. Like at that point I'm thinking, well, you know, there's a little bit of fuckery that goes on and there's like a chance of divergence that could then turn around, to the price could then turn around. And if you were looking at it on this time frame and you were saying, you know, comes in 50% retrace on this move, That's potential. Like that's something to keep an eye on. You want to manage your risk of below these areas where the wicks and the lows and the gaps came in. There's a tiny one there, I think. But anyway, that's the area where it broke out from. It might go just beyond it, and then you could get a nice entry. You don't want to go too far, so you'd have your stop somewhere. But and that's quite a tight stop overall, considering like the P&L you'd be looking for at the end of it if it went in your way. So P and L, no, the R&R off of that trade's quite good. Doomslayers. So that's CLF, and then what else was we going to do? We looked at Ata, we looked at Silifa, we looked at blah blah. Let's look at AMC. Did we look at this already? I'm not sure. It's a daily time frame. Tradespotting. Jamie, could you review the SPY please? Yesterday you were saying that it was reaching its bullish top. Just want your opinion on that. No problem. Yeah, we'll look at that. I can't remember what I was saying exactly yesterday, but I was saying it was like, ooh, dodgy as feck. It looked fecked on loads of time frames. And would probably try again, and let's see what happens. So let's go back and check that. I think that's what I said. We're on AMC. You can see here you're sat on this fib. Let's just draw a lot of them out here, shall we? These two orange lines are not connected. This is this one. Huge bullish divergence, obviously. So you want to be recovering the 236 here. Obviously that's above where we are at the minute, and maybe that's not accurate because your orange line does seem to be very close, and probably that was, so let's just move that. Yeah, so 37.68. The minute you hold that, right, you hold that on the daily, that's very positive. You wanted to hold that. You've already held it a number of times though. This could be like the inverted head and shoulders that we're seeing. It could be some sort of tiny flag with a continuation. Would take it like similar to the head and shoulders, you know. Or something. I did this on lower time frames, didn't I? And looked at it and said it was a head and shoulders, and then say it was here, like this side of it, say, you know, the psychology behind that extension creates it to the 618, and you'd be looking at $50. And so this is the thing now, right? AMC's got a decision to make. When it opens and closes here, it's got to make a decision. This is obvious now. It's kind of obvious to me. And part of that is looking at $50, and part of it isn't. Part of it is looking down below you. And then the downside on this thing, obviously you've got a chance of like, should this formation be like just what we're seeing here and it drop down again, you've got a chance of another sort of W bottom and a bounce here around 31.41. I'd anticipate that. You know, it's also the area where this top of this formation started on the left, and you've had one confirmation, a third one would be fine, then it'd go up and you'd be worried you're in some sort of descending triangle. It may not quite even get there. Even if it got to $50, that still could transpire to what we see. That could still be what happens if you get another retrace down to these areas. People do trade in and out of this a lot. They do a lot, so bear that in mind. And also, where if it does go down, if it's not $50 and it breaks to the downside, what's happening? Well, I mean, you could just take that off and top it there, and you'd say like you're looking at $26 low over here around there, $26. And that's the downside trade. So your entry, your best possible entry based on this formation. I'm not saying any of this is definitely going to happen. Don't hate on me. I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to trade this really, really well and you currently didn't have a position, you were looking at this, you might see this and see it break down and say, well, that's the entry point. And it is. That's your first one there. There are other areas below where it could go to, but I'm not even going to say those on the camera. But so there. That's what I'm thinking there, right? So it's looking at that, and it's still in a positive position. It can do this, and it can maintain here, and it get a bit of enthusiasm. It can reclaim things, and well, let's check what they are. Then you could be looking at $50. And like, let's focus on the positive, right? Optimistic side of things. Yes, there's your inverted head and shoulders. That all looks fine. Okay, your bullish divergence on the low here. You don't have it yet, like on this part of this one here, which is okay. It's not great, that actually. It does make it look worse now if it doesn't hold the 236. Whereas had it this leg been like, you know, lower and divergent again, and you'd had everything on the cards, then you'd be looking at a real positive move, and you would say it's easily going to $50. But because it's not got that, it still puts it back again, like less than maybe 49%. Whoops. Sorry. Could come in, but your ADX isn't giving you anything on that 4 hour. What's happening, right? Let's drop down. You see this 15 minutes. Zoom out. There's your inverted head and shoulders type of idea. Maintain here. It's doing it all as you would want. Say you took it in the top, you're breaking above that. So, are you looking for a close around $40? That's what it's looking at. AMC is looking at a close around $40, you know, and if it recaptures that area, then it's only a hop, skip, and a jump to the top of this thing at 46. It's not quite 46, is it? Oh, it is 46, and that would just be like a move off of this, test the same previous high it came out. That's your head and shoulders measured move. Really, you're not going to ask for more than that on it. This is like being psychology as if it's played out already. We came here. That break drop below this lower high. That's not positive. Not positive. That's not positive either. There's this low positive high. So easily down at 37.68 again. Could easily do it, and if it doesn't do something in the next, you know, let's call it in the next 15 minutes, like certainly the next half an hour, if it doesn't do something, it's going to come down and it could hit 37.69. And so you really want to start doing stuff to the top side, and that means it's opening and closing above, even just in 15 minutes at this stage, you want to open and closing it above $40. And it might be that the day finishes there, because that would be a bit of a struggle, or it may be that we drop down and you see prices 37.69. If that doesn't hold, then you're looking at lower targets, you know, and like I say, you come at this from here, it's like very difficult to trade these things right at the minute. If it does break upwards, you've got a chance to enter on that sort of thing, whereas if it comes down, then it starts to look scary from an entry here. You know, you're looking at easily 15-20% danger below you, so that's important to bear that in mind if you're looking at AMC. So that's that one. And is there anything we haven't covered today? Does anyone want to look at GME or anything? I've heard that's an interesting stock. We could look at that if you like. Is anyone interested in that? What else have we not looked at? Lit Tilray down 231%. Touch 50 period, 15 minutes there. Looks like a divergence all over the place. Pretty rank. It's probably call that a double top. That's a failure here. Let's see this how it comes through. That's not giving me anything positive. Below the center line, well, that happens, not great. up to the 1 hour. Someone's saying Royce, so we could look at that, and then nobody really asking about GME. Strange. Case guys talking about the GMEs. Always interested in GME. It's our banner. I'm joking, obviously, you silly billies. It's all about the GMEs. I'm sort of just getting these out of the way. Knock, sure, I'll do 5 minutes on knock. Time is it here? Oh, we've got 2 hours left. Easy peasy then, right? 2 hours. We can handle 2 hours. What am I going to do for 2 hours? Talk about price action, GME. Below that 200 period moving average, that's 9. You get above that, you could go again, right? You don't care about the divergence. You get above that, you could go again. This is a really strong move. Like, it's had done loads of stuff. Hasn't broken its previous resistance here, nor this important one, which is actually like, let's just call it there because it's so close anyway. It needs to get above 1679. Let's call it 1680 for it to even have a chance. And then even then, it's going to have areas where if it did do that, it would stall. You know, it would stall. The first one would be 1816, 1818. That's our area. Or would that be the second one? And potentially you're seeing the same thing at 19, but it's too close. And then you're seeing the same thing at 2050. So that's what I'd be looking at. And I'd say, like, if it got there, you'd probably be wondering what was up. Like, did it... probably wondering what was up, because it's crazy that it would do that sort of thing. Roll will be kind of crazy. Volume says good. It doesn't really matter. So let's see, 236 down here, and it's also a test of the 50 period moving average, and it's hard not to see that as being very likely. It's hard not to. Touching that 236, if we look at that from what point of view here, what does this tell us? That's that one. Okay, good game. And that's hello there. So there's like plenty of areas here. This is still a downtrend. There's your 200 period moving average. You know you're on the hourly. It's enough information here to get to paint a picture though. Below the hourly, you've not done particularly good. You've recovered 236 on this most recent high to low of this leg. And sure, you've got your targets above you, you know, that's true. You're holding the 382, that's positive too. You're below the 200, you're touched the 50 and bounced down again. This 236 is calling for it under those circumstances. It never managed to make it up higher to the 18s, which you would have wanted to see at 1828, 18 plus. Didn't make it there. That would have also been coming back above this 236 from this ultimate move, and it kind of made it there and failed. Like, got close enough and failed. On this occasion it wasn't actually there because you only put it in after this low, so it's up here and it hasn't made it to 236. A retracement up to the 50%. That's like, on this one would be like still considered not all that bullish necessarily, and it hasn't broken structure over there, so only the hourly 4 hour would look at it would probably seem more significant on the highs and lows, but yep, this is looking like it's had a nice move. The volume came in, that would suggest a trend change. It's had bullish divergence. That was your entry for sure. You get another one here, that would be good. Bounce between the 200 and the 50 period, understandable. Let's go to the 4 hour and see what's up. Obviously the same situation, the way the moving averages work. This one's here, this one's above it, and that's the way these work. Top side on that 1777 it's saying, or thereabouts. When you hold the 236, then you would expect that, and we did more than hold it, went right through it. So but touching the 50 on this and come back down, it's like, you could manage your risk and take an entry here on a really tight stop, and you could like hope it's like it's going to 1850 or 1888 or whatever. You could hope that. It's not the way to trade though, and there's lots of other things to trade, and if it happens, congratulations to everyone who's in it, but like there's a good entry there on that, like, or a better one anyway. At this point, after that point, you'd be worried, right? Because your next point drop is 12.29. No need to put the line in; it's obviously there. And in the top of this move, like, you could see it just explode up. Should it make it above these levels, the 886, right? That's important. If it makes it above here, opens and closes above that, I wouldn't worry too much about other horizontal support and resistance. So this one's not definitive, delete yet. This one is our most recent high, so we'll keep it on. And then above here you've got this fake out zone where it could go anywhere up to there, but really you want to see it move all the way up for a 236 retrace, and at one point in future that will be happening. You know, what I suspect. We'll see if this retrace is good here, and if it happens, and if you get it, and congratulations. But if it happens, that would be your ultimate target on it with profit take it things along the way. And so what would that look like? Drop it on, and it'll get deleted for a random reason at some point in the future. To short position, no. Just up and around here. Do I not have any? Oh, I do. Here it is. Stop loss doesn't need to be all that far away. Oh my goodness, it smells. Yeah, and then you got your stop loss below this 618 and all, because it could easily get pushed there. Maybe that'd even be your entry should it go beyond here. Might be your entry's there. That would be probably like I'd try that actually and have a risk. Oh, there's a gap there. No, I wouldn't. Fuck's sake. But it's so far away now. You get one bounce off it, it's likely to come up. Especially, I'd keep an eye on this area. I might take this trade at the time. I would be keeping an eye on it. I wouldn't just sit it on the books and wait. Pardon me. Oh. Piggy must be broken for good luck. Oh, we're talking about his weekend and breaking the piggy bank I've had for years. This weekend I'm breaking the piggy bank. Let's go in there. Maybe he's talking about GME. And so yeah, there's like quite an extensive stock. Still got 5-1 on that. It isn't a really great trade. You might be stuck in it for a while. Really, really good one if it actually came down. Oops. Keep an eye on it at the time. Now you're talking miles and miles away, but a really good entry on this would be something like anything from an entry at like 12.90 and a stop, but still again like somewhere below $11. And that's 20%. That's quite a lot. So you know, still not a great trade, but the risk reward on it works out, and it's tough to keep an eye on it at the time and see what was going on with indicators. It's quite extended there already. In the context of a downtrend, that could be like quite bad news, but in an uptrend, you know, let's see if it burns it off and goes on. So that's that. That's Tilray. What else have we not done? YC. 4 hours, held that 50 period moving average. 2-day closing. And well, it's got ages left. Let's go down to daily. It's also got ages left. Let's do it on RR. Or it's not moving. Where is that? What happened on Twitter as it happens? Oh, look. Oh, whoops. Whoops a daisy. Whoops my daisy. What did we have on this? Potential shorter position there. You're above that. Does that mean you flip long? No, it doesn't. This is your short entry. I mean, we put this in freaking months ago. Or was it? It was at least a while ago. Where's your top on that? Potentially here? Don't know though, because, you know, that's not bad. Not bad at all, actually. It's not bad at all. See what happens. Got divergence on this little bit here though. 4 hour. No. Suppose that'd be here. Maybe you'd wait then, see if this drops down. You don't have to take this yet. You'd probably wait if you were looking for a short on this. Whoops. It broke above that. That was interesting. What was that? Who knows? Anyway, it's a different line. On the way down, if you were taking that trade, the way I thought you would do this one would be you'd have like a cover here instead of closing it, just in case it really did fall off a cliff at some point. This Twitter, and you could have that for a while. That like hedge cover, I suppose. You'd have that cover for a while, and that it could be fine. When watching these guys for months now, and still can't imitate the old Scottish accent. Very annoying. It's because I speak so mumbled. I hide it. It's camouflaged by the mumbles. Love the mumble closed caption TA. What is the closed caption like on this? I wonder. Jimmy Mumble game's so strong that my computer speaker can't voice out what he's talking about, even at 140% volume. Oh my goodness! And this is why my stats are so crap on a YouTube. I rely on your technology and the putting the dials to the max, and it still doesn't work out. So I was supposed to be looking at something else, and I went on to talk about a stupid Twitter cover. What else is on here? Is this gonna feel? Is this gonna feel? Is a Bitcoin gonna feel at this level? I think it's very likely. It's already started. Ugh. That's what we call rolling over. And then, I was in something else. What was it? Did I do enough of it? Whatever it was. No, it was Rolls Royce, and I definitely didn't do enough of it. Jamie. Yo. Sorry. Right. What are we on here? There's BlackBerry. That's not what Rolls Royce. Did enough on that. Here we are, 102's bought 1.8. 4 hour down bounce. That's like your 200 period moving average. Here's your 50 period. Would you come back here up? Nope, no divergence. Accumulate there. That'd be very positive if it did do that. Let's see. Perhaps the momentum's still got a bit to go because it looks divergent at the minute, but your RSI says it's strong and it's holding up here, just consolidating underneath the oversold zone. Tradespotting, whisper something good about GME in my ear. GME, you're so sexy. Oh my goodness, GME. You're beautiful, you're kind, and you're sexy. I'm going to ravage you. Right, that wasn't really whispering, was it? It was more like soft mumbling. I'm going to ravage you, GME. Sound check. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Royce is just madness and barcoding. Bah! Madness barcoding. Well, let's look at this. I mean, it takes its lead from here, right? This is what it's going to do. This is what it's going to do over there, over here. Here's your inverted head and shoulders. Does it play out? Let's see. It's also good recovery there. It's a 4 hour, but looks like a smaller one. Bounces a lot, around a lot. Not much of a range though. This thing, you've got a quite obvious line coming on along the bottom and around here, so we're above all that sort of area. That's very positive. Test down to these areas, probably entries. You had bullishness off the bottom of this move, quite a lot of that. We've got, if this is a turnaround, again, the same story. Accumulate just underneath the oversold zone, above the EMA. Push through and try again, at which point you're looking at trying up at $110. And then you break through that, you've got the top of this formation, it comes in at 120 odd, 119.19 or something we were saying yesterday, 119.99 or something. Yeah, so then you're looking at some test in and around these levels, and it probably comes where you're met by this diagonal sloping line. And yeah, I mean it's bullish. 15 minutes? Well, 15 minutes, my friend. Not as bullish. At the top, yeah. Divergent, drop. RSI, big drop. So there's still your entry, 98, 94. Still like what's still it, right? And if you haven't got into this yet, that's what I would say would be the entry. stop. You could take it below the 200 there. Below that area of the breakout, yeah, probably your entry here. I mean, if you wanted to do a stop, this is already so incredibly cheap, right? But it depends on how you do your risk management. You'd be looking at something like that, and then just short term, you'd be looking at taking it to 110, as I was saying. Probably takes healthy chunk of profits, and then should you make it another healthy chunk at 117 something. Say you come in there, what is that? 121.96. Where is that? This is what we'll take for now. That's what I would say about that, and then I'd look at it again. Maybe I'd have more profit taken there. Probably would. I'd also be keeping an eye on it because, like I say, there's a measured move off the back of this, and if you got in on that and you got in anywhere in a low risk retest of any support and you get the measured move on it, you'd be up at 170 blabs, and I think that's not been a big deal for Rolls Royce. It might take a couple of weeks, it might take a couple of months, but it's like a big percentage move. So there's that way to trade, and it's good. Where do you see it going, Jock? What do I see? Where do I see what going? Where do I see what going? GME. When bounce? Did Jimmy make any prediction? No, we're getting on to the Jumma now. We've done all of them, right? We've covered all of them, I think. 1921. We've got an hour and 40 minutes left. Somebody wanted me to look at SPY. Do that quickly. Just on the way there. Fuck. Quickly get off that. It's so fucked. Where are we going? SPY. Well. Why would I have moved it all the way down here? I'm really gonna have to start getting rid of some of this crap in like the literal and the list. Must be up the top down here. Here we are. Yeah, I thought this looked fucked. Let's go back to the daily. Whoop, that's not the daily chart. How's that? Oh, it just so happens to look like a candle. Okay. Today, big range on today. Thought you'd have a move there. We thought that this would be your entry. This somewhere around here would be a stop. Obviously, it's wicked beyond there. Candle body close within it. I mean, didn't say put this trade on last night, go to bed, wake up today and see how much money you'd lost. I was like, you would do these things as and when it happened. And like, that one looks like it's giving you an entry at least. Let's say you were in and you didn't stop there. The move on this could be horrific relative to what it's normally doing. You've got this horrible divergence here. Sure, you've got an inverted head and shoulders on this, but that's like a reversal pattern. And on the RSI at the top of a move, that would be a silly type of analysis. You've got this support where it's come in, touched once, touched twice. Sure, there's normally quite a significant, like that's obvious. June 18th, July 19th, May 19th. Like a month between these things. March 29th. Nope, really it's in around March the 20th and 19th. May up to the 19th. June to around the 19th. July on the 19th. Anyway, so to do it sooner would be like slightly different from that, but you know, you expect some sort of a move down and you see this sort of awful divergence, and it comes between this high and this high where you're lower on the RSI and you pull it back, and you can see it's been doing that for a while. Since the last time that this whole move started, it's still divergent. In context of an uptrend, having all of these lower highs in your RSI, having like similar coming through on your MACD here, and obviously overall not great. This snaking around up here, I haven't put in like this horrible formation. It's awful as well. Like, where have you seen it do this before? Down here. So what did that do to price action? Another one of those dunks. That one was 3.9 something. 370. So like nearly like double figure moves on these every time you see that sort of signature, and it seems to be coming in through at the minute. Plus you've got it like across the whole formation since the breakout. You've got awful news on the MACD like going along with the RSI, and then no, that failed. Positive move out of this here since this is both divergent and a failure on the ADX. Dan Wildo, for the rapid fire Twitter memes today, I've been bored. Laid it up after vaccine dose number 2. Shorted my life force for a day. Oh my goodness, number 2. Congrats, Dan. You are now fully vaccinated, at least for how things go at the minute. Maybe you'll be able to go on holidays and do all sorts of fun things now. Congratulations and getting through the hard part of it. And I've got absolutely zero commentary on the whole vaccination chat other than to say congratulations, because the second dose can be difficult to get through all that afterwards. So well done. And don't worry about it, man. Take the day off. Those Twitter memes are quality, and I can look back through them. I'll do too, actually, and you don't need to worry too much. But I expect you back on it on Monday, if not tomorrow, Dan. First the Torres. I've lost like 2,500 following Jamie predictions, but it's not his fault. The manipulation messes up in a perfect market. He would have made me so much money. What did you lose it on, Fosto? And are they realised losses? And tell me your chat there, and let's talk about those trades. It was on options. Oh, sugars. Well, what are you doing at the minute with regards to options? Like, I've got a device with regards to options, which is don't take things that are expiring anytime soon. And if you want to trade options on GME or AMC, then the best way to do that is long haul spreads and or straddle trades to take advantage of volatility or non-volatility either way. Don't worry, I have returned. Excellent news. Visitors. Oh, sorry about that. I'm sorry to hear that too, Foster. Let's are you in the Discord? If you are doing option trades and like you want to talk about things more and you've got your own thoughts, I'm sure people would appreciate hearing them, because you're at a further level than some people, and then other people might be able to tell you more and stuff and whatnot. And there's groups of people in Rocky's Discord who are good at that sort of thing. Happy to talk to you. Some of them are here now. It's up to them, of course, but obviously I'm talking about things that you already know, because you're saying I'm following Jamie, so you know what I'm saying, so you've probably heard me say all that before. But I'm happy to help you with things if we can. No need to be sorry. I know the risks. Cool. Well, I'll help you with things as well if you like. We'll look at more things. You tell me what you think you could do better at. I could put more effort into presenting that kind of information on the show or whatever, or something. Maybe that'd be of help. I hope so. Anyway, well, I'm happy to try that sort of thing. Plus, maybe good for other people to see. Don't know. Christy Callahan, ANPH. If you have time, thanks. EMPH. Well, that's a new one. Not 0.3% on the day. It's had a golden cross. Well, it's not. It's just had a failure of a negative cross. It's nearly as good. It's on the daily time frame. Bing bong. No need for the divergence there, but you had it. No. Hidden. Context and uptrend. Sure. Failure or swing failure though. Potential. Close the gap, well done. Test previous level of resistance, good news. It's an inverted head and shoulders. You can still easily get a drop down on this. So this is an RSI failure at that point. I'll check it on other time frames, and you would expect this sort of a move. Might even be like lower than there, but I would go with $140 odd. Give or take $2, $140 odd. Well, give or take $2.14. Let's be honest. That's what it says. 142.14 is where I put it. Anyway, that's the sort of area I'd be looking at. Based just off price action. Not even looked at it this much. The RSI, yes. MACD. You see, this is not great. This sign here. I know we bounced. And it was a gap fill, so there was a reason for the gap was already filled, but it was where the gap fill breakout happened here, so you're going to see that likely itself wasn't high enough. Let's go in, let's zoom in a little bit. Jeez, I'm a little bit disheartened to hear that somebody lost lots of money. Right, wow, look at that. Okay, that's dramatic. Okay. No point drawing that. This is very, 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 very dangerous. What did we look at previously that's been divergent for its entire part of its top leg? This is doing the same thing, and it's also putting in a second touch of it here at this peak. You've got a touch of negativity on your 50 period. This is dodgy. This is something people could lose lots of money on. See, just a retrace from where you are at the minute, just to the 236 of this humongous move things have been on. Just that, just a 236 retracement. We'll take this down to 60 bucks. It's $182 spot 04 at the minute. And I'm not saying you should short it, but I'm saying if you're long on this, it looks dodgy. And how much do you really need out of that move? I mean, it depends where you entered, obviously. If you entered back here, I imagine if you're still holding on a move that took you from 60 cents and you're currently at $182, you can probably take something off the table at the minute because your risk is exponentially higher than it's ever been on this entire move. It's now higher now, 1, 2, and then if this goes any higher, you've got 3 touches of divergence. There's no way this is coming in higher here. Having already had that drop down, sure, accumulated at the center line. Sure, it's touched the 200 period moving average. Sure, that was just a bounce off the oversold. They're all reasons why it would go up a bit. They're not reasons for it to make a new high. Nothing here says it will. Did we look at this they're on the 2D, but it doesn't matter. Still similar information. And that the dominant trend wins. Every time the trend picks up, it's the dominant trend is the inverted steps, the head and shoulders lost like that. That was a big move after the back of it. That was this could so easily drop down at like 152 to 142 so easily. No way I'd go long on this right now. If you open and close above here and you do it on like a 4 hour and then you've got like some positive sign coming through in RSI and something that somehow negates all of this bad news on the MACD, I mean that's a negative cross there. It doesn't give you it here, but you have potentially got a flip coming on the RSI or the DMI, which might be like constitute the same sort of signal from your DMI, from the MACD, and then that cross like whatever, that's, you've got your, yeah, this is the reason for it, is this divergence, but you're divergent there. And you've touched the top of that line, obviously I drew that in there 2 seconds ago, but still, it's relevant. It's relevant because I just made it up. No, it's not relevant. This has been more relevant. And you're below there on body closes anyway, so that's it. That's not good. That's not good. Maybe this is it, like 1, 2, 3, failure on that test. Triple top there, rolls over. Let's see what it does. Might be dropping about 25%. I'd be worried about this. Obviously, you'd have lots of warnings before you had the full 25%, but I'd be worried. Lol. H. Jones, I'm intrigued. What are you into? H. Jones is into all the cool shit. Kitty babes pumping up my courage. Pumping up the Ashley Lim. Ha, I don't know about that. I love this little niche ticker called Jimmy. Oh, you want to look at that now, do you? What is Jimmy? Who knows, man? There's emojis going up in chat though about it. So people must love this shit. Tradespotting, can you check out MMAT? I already did check out MMAT. I checked it out already. MMAT. What have I not checked out? It's the question. Tradespotting, if you have a minute, can you look at ATIP? Not sure there's enough data there. Like a sticker will probably post. I was going to look at Hood, this shit thing. If you have a minute, can you look at ATIP? I'll look at this now. What is this? Villanikov. It's doing alright, mate. That's positive. That was positive, and that was positive, and it all came off the back of that. That's very positive. Good on you, Vilenikinev. What are you saying here, though, huh? Bit fucked. Yep, bit fucked there. H. Jones is too bashful to ask. What we Tradespotting. H. Jones too bashful to ask what? What? H. Jones. I'm shy. No, you're not, H. Jones. I'm scared. No, you're. I doubt it. I doubt it. I think that you're actually pretty cool and know what you're all about. Tradespotting. Thoughts on maps? They're handy. They're handy, but they're a bit of a waste of money now because you've got everything on your phone, mate. That's my advice. I'm so funny. I'm so funny. Someone should give me some funny award, right? Yeah, funniness. You're so funny, Jimmy. Here's one. Yo, Sir Legend. David P. How you doing, my friend, David? How is things over there? Right. It's right as it is, apparently. Up here, you're looking up and you're thinking, oh, you got your 618 retrace. Good one, right? That's your entry. Good one. Looks fucked on a 4 hour. You got your entry there, that's positive. That was crossing the MACD at the same time as you had your touch on the 618. It's obvious entry, really, in some ways, isn't it? Retrospect. Retrospect's good. And you got no real positive divergence there. So, having gone beyond that 50% again, good. Right, let's check it from here down. Let's see, right, that's what you're saying. You got your 618 more or less. You're back here above your 236. That's very positive. 216 is very positive. Being above $2 alone is very positive. Alone? Just above it, a tall is positive. Touching on the 50 period. Does it open and close above that? Let's see what it normally does when it reaches that. Well, you got a bit of a, and here you got a bit of a, whoa, huge donation from Paul B. To cover some of the free TA you are doing, we are blessed to have someone as smart as you. I am lucky to have you guys as an audience. Thanks for showing up for me, and thanks very much for that donation, Paul. And thanks for always being here, and thanks for being such a good dude. And thank you, Paul. That's a very nice message. Funny award. Thanks, Lipton Inc. That's really appreciated. Thank you, everybody. Yes, I am hilarious. Shut up. That stonk puppet saying it's getting upset. She's jealous, little envious stonk puppet. That's what they're like, these greedy stonk puppets. 200 something people watching. Today's one, have you heard or used the DMA indicator? Saw a Reddit post that used that and the DMA. Got me curious about the DMA indicator. Well, let's have a look and check these things out shortly. Shortly. Boom. I see notifications. Do you hear any noise when those happen? I don't know. Fapping it was asking me that. So we'll look at that. We'll also, maybe, does anyone really want to look at GME? We can if you really want to. Why don't you tell me and I'll ask for you? What do you want me to look at, H. Jones? You got it, whatever it is. You got it, H. Jones. Just tell me and I'll be there. What is it? What will we look at? Tradespotting. When time can you look at naked? Still bullish long term? Oh, let's look at naked. So what are we looking at here? If we're looking at 618, it's 2 tests, you get up to 236 at 255. That'd be great. But you're probably going to stop here because why not? Like, it's the 50 period moving average. We are on a 4 hour time frame. The volume doesn't say that the trend changed since it started going down. This is lower lows. You've not got the bullish divergence on the bottom of it I would have liked to have seen. Sure, you had a cross in the MACD and whatnot, and that's all played out to a certain degree, but you're below the 200 period moving average there. If you're looking down 15 minutes, cool, yeah, it looks okay. You got a cross there and I think, cool, yeah. Cool, you'll at least test that cross at $2. $2 looks like a stick on. That's not divergent. This bit here is like a tiny bit crap. But it could do what it did back here, you know, catch the RMEMA, fiddle around, reaccumulate above the overbought, and then go a wee bit again. But then, you know, it's again doing this thing where it's going to be like that. It's going to struggle. It's going to struggle for it. Any higher on the price is like already breaking its previous high area. There's the cops all outside. What's that all about? They're running too, and they've got equipment and things. Weird. What is that drama? So what was I saying about this? You're going to probably put in divergence. It looks like a bit naff. You'll look for a retest if you're going along on this. If you're already in, that's okay. You manage your risk somewhere below Bum 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 bum. Well, again, it's all about the $2 level, right? This is looking like $2 shouting at me. What's up here? We want to look at naked. What's this naked thing? Never heard of this naked. What's that all about? Naked. Wow. Wow. Bump bump. Bump 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 bump. Bump bump bump. That was a good entry. Yes. There's a gap there above us then. Let's see this. Yes, there is. I mean, short term, yeah, it probably just goes and fills this gap and touches the 200 and bounces between that and the 50 for a minute or two. Yo, a hot minute or two. It's not even gone down to the back. It's not broken this formation again. This looks like a bump and run. This is what this looks like. It looks like a bump and run, Jamie. Nah, it's still not broken that, hey. 30-minute two. What you trying to do here, Jamie? Really, Jamie? Come on. Come on, Jamie. Funny, isn't it? How those numbers all just matched up. You probably can't see it because your screen's too small, but some funny stuff. So you book up here, touched 236, came back down at 618. Yeah, that's all perfectly exactly what I would. You watch along, you probably get that. I would think that. Where are they going? What are they doing? Why have they got lights? The police running around with lights. That makes me think there's a crime scene or something. Is it even the police? I don't know who they are. Anyway, whatever. Loads of people. That's weird. 236 618 bounce, come back. Yeah, sure, right. That's all normal. What was I talking about? Yeah, that's me talking about what I would think. Right, this is higher. That's positive. Is this a downtrend though? Well, obviously. That's a sell signal in the MACD, and you got like from here from 236. You got your move. It's a good one. It's over now. That's positive. Up to 4 hours, see what that was doing. Yeah, yes. Okay, not terrible. If we could get above the center line, I'd like to see that on RSI. MACD's okay. Yeah, MACD's even good. So you got hugely bullish divergence. In the context of a downtrend, it isn't really right, but like potentially the momentum is dead on that move, or else it's just about to frickin' kick off again. We'll see. It depends, but I like the idea that it's actually not bad there. That seems right. Yeah, so this is that, right? What am I thinking here then? Naked. Don't like this part of that formation. We're on the 4 hour, we're looking at the top end of it and don't like it. Don't like it. I want to see prices break up above 8.6, and I know that's a big move from here. Plus, what I'm looking at it breaking above, that would be important to do that before it goes on and does much more. At that point, it's like great again. Until then, you're looking at anything like down to there is like a freaking bargain on this. That's not really important. Let's check this one. .5 there, that would be natural. It's touched it once, twice, 3 times, putting in higher lows now above the 618. This could go great, you know, like, sure, well, so what if it touched the 236 there? Like, so what? Look at it in this. Like, it's putting in that higher high, it's putting in this higher low. This is actually like the other side of all that crap, which we would prove by opening and closing again above here, broken just the resistance on these two shoulders, or neckline or whatever. And then you're looking at this and you're like, boom, 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 right? Like, this has got so much chance. Like, there's so many things of all those things and this head and shoulder and that. and the overall like trend it's putting in here on RSI, and that what we were talking about, the MACD and the momentum on histogram. This looks great. And you get those moves, you get the rest of it, and then you're putting up the top of that, and the measure move probably breaks out from the shoulder, put it there, and you're looking at this going to like 5, right? You're going to 5. It could go up to $5. That's nothing, eh? That's not breaking the crazy structure that's on the go here, and you could make so much money off that. So much money. H. Jones changed my mind. What are we changing my mind? Sometimes I get very high, and I listen to this as I work, and all I think Tradespotting would make a very good teacher. Thanks very much. That's a very nice compliment, but that's really not what you were too shy to say, is it? Sir, I'm asking you, did you steal the money? Bulgaria, blah, 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 Bulgaria. I don't know if you want me as your teacher. I am quite strict when it comes to that, especially like if I'm there watching you do stuff and that. Anyway, if I'm like one-to-one teaching, it's like it's just a different experience from this group therapy. Okay, back to work and listening mode. I love you all. We love you too, Ace Jones. Thanks for being here. Thanks. Nice yellow headband. Tradespotting, Jamie. Do hood now? Okay, do. Hoof. Where are you, Hoof? You scam. Whoa, that looks shit. Okay, so let's do the TA. We'll start on the 4 hour because it's a meaningful time frame. This is totally fucked, right? It's going to fucking 1 cent, right? That's your TA on hood. It's fucked. It's going to 1 cent. This isn't financial advice. If you buy it, you're a plonker. If you go long on it, you're a tube. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's disgusting. I think it's going to 0 or there or thereabouts, give or take 1 cent. It's a bit like the shittest company in the universe to me. I look at that chart, I think, I've never seen anything as shit as this in my entire life. It makes me want to throw up. In fact, I am. In my brain, I'm throwing up constantly now. It's swirling around with vomit in my brain because this is so rank. On a 15-minute time frame, yep, there's your confirmation. This is a piece of shit. Don't think you should go near this piece of shit. You've got lots of volume. All that volume says, let's look into it. Right, it says, I fucking hate this piece of shit. That's what that volume's saying. Tradespotting, as for me, I don't like the stock. Yeah, for me, I'm pretty much put off of this thing, eh? It's not that I haven't given it a fair chance. I'm just looking at it, and it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It's a piece of fucking shit. Came down here. I'm pretty sure I tweeted right at this point, it's due for a bounce and then a slide, and there's your bounce. You've had your bounce. It failed to even like close up at its first candle's top. There's your slide starting now. People are going to be looking at this saying, oh, 34 is your next entry. It's not. It'll get there, and it's a piece of shit, by the way. So it'll probably get there, open and close on a gap down. People will be looking at this gap up for ages thinking, when will we get back to 34? And the answer is maybe fucking never, right? Never. You'll be holding this shit. Why do you want to hold bags in this shit, eh? Like, fuck that. Nobody even wants it now. The volume's fucking dying, eh? This is it. It's failed. It's failed. Tough luck. You had the shittest IPO I've seen in ages. You're a shit company. Allegedly, you were one of the shittest companies in the world. The guy that runs it should probably be in jail. If it was up to me, he would be. And yeah, blah, 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 Bulgaria, blah, 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 blah. When I grew up as a young man, and I was like, maybe when I'm old, I'll be able to exploit at-risk people to make my name and make my way in the world. Blah, 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 Bulgaria. Blah, 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 Bulgaria. Something, something, something. This is going to 0.001 cents. You know, you can trade things at less than a penny. It's been like that since I don't know when, right? It was after I left the bank, but it's been like that for about 6 years. And thank goodness, because this is going to go to less than a penny. So some people will still be able to buy it at what it's worth, which is about 0.0000. And I can't be arsed, right? But lots of them, and then maybe nothing again at the end of that. Daniel Kim just super chat $5. Thanks so much. That's really generous. You see, with that $5, Daniel, you could have kept that and perhaps one day in your future bought the entirety of this company, Robinhood. It looks to me like an absolute piece of shit. Right, so can we go on and do TA on something serious now, like GME? What else will we look at? Like, let's look at it on other time frames. Let's go down to the minute and see what's happened on the minute time frame on this thing. right? It's opened, right? It's opened. Some fucking idiot bought this at $40. What are you doing, man? What the fuck? Like, and then rightly they then saw the price of their thing drop down to 33, yeah, which is exactly what it should have done. And like, here's a good slap in the face for anyone who's stupid enough to buy Robinhood at $40. You're looking at like a 16% decrease without even a second of price going in your direction. Not 1 second, and you're at $33. You want to trade this sort of piece of shit? And then, you got your bounce. Like, that's the most obvious bounce, right? I said it on Twitter. Here, it's going to bounce. It's going to bounce. And then it's going to slide in a piece of shit. And look, there's your bounce. And it looks already formed a little slide. Piece of shit. You're below the moving average. It's only got it now in the 1 minute 50 period moving average. Since it's got it, when it got it, price action was above it, so that doesn't count. And the first time it got anywhere near it, it was like, I'm not going above the 50 period moving average on the 1 minute chart. And it's like, and it got up again. It was like, holy crap, I'm so divergent. Get me the shit in hell away from here. And then it drops below it. And now it's like, can I maintain this pathetic mid-level that I've got here? Yeah, can I? Well, I'll tell you what, this is obviously like what this is doing. Piece of shit. Can I even hold on to the 382? Can I? Please, can I hold the 382? No, you can't even hold the 382. You're such a piece of shit. You're going to go down and touch the 236, and at that point, you're going to say, everyone in the world again is going to look at this and they're going to say, wow, what a piece of shit that is. Like, it's absolutely shit. That'll be then like, you got in here for some reason, right? You were stupid enough to think that this was like a play. You thought that this was a play, despite the fact that it's got maybe the worst market sentiment of any company since fucking that disaster in the Gulf of Mexico, or perhaps that one previous one where the frickin' asteroid struck, right? That's that sort of shit, right? There's hasn't been anything as shit as this since the fucking dinosaurs were wiped out. This is a piece of crap. Gets down to 236. People are going to be like, do I want it here? Do I fuck want it here? They didn't want it at its previous high of the day. This is a piece of shit. You might even see it go up, right? Because they're scammy company, right? They're so scammy, allegedly. They're perhaps, if you were going to look at like, the Enron, that'd be next. That'd be like the sort of thing that come up next. Fucking scams. What you might like to, what might happen is this: the scammy bastards that run it, allegedly, might have like stop operating services where they try to push the price certain places. And those people that do that job for them, they've got a real hard task ahead of them, because they're going to be trying to push this price up to up here, and it's going to be so immoral and so corrupt that they do that, and they'd be taking people with them, putting out PR, it was bollocks, and pushing the price themselves. They probably pay exchanges to do shit on it and take the fine, because we already know from their own documentation with regards to the IPO is that they themselves put out a risk warning to say that their losses from the outstanding court cases that are currently going on against them could be like materially existentially impossible. Like, there could be destruction to the whole company, yet they're doing an IPO at the same time. That's already trying to steal your money. That's just putting your hand in your pocket. It's a total scam. And it's not white collar people that are buying this. It's people who have heard stuff and have thought whatever and don't know the actual news and think Robinhood's somehow it, and it's not it. It's a piece of shit. That's what I think. Allegedly, that's what it actually is, and what everyone thinks. Please click this hood for TA for lols. Yeah, the hood, all the bulls on hood are gonna fucking love this shit. So like, some people might, right? They might do it. Even here, you see your 1 minute. You've got your let's go above the 50 period moving average, and sure, go for it, right? If you've got some sort of positive, you've got a touch of bullishness there, which it isn't, right? It isn't, because this is a downtrend. But people don't know, right? That's what I'm saying. The only people who buy this are already stupid in the head. So, no wonders, right? No wonder they thought that was an uptrend. They're ridiculous. And so they bought it up to there. Again, you're at resistance. Again, like, sure, say the stock, say they're like, cool, we'll just buy it now. We'll push it to the 50% line. Then you're going to look back at there and you're going to say, well, wait a minute. This is fucked. It's fucked right now, perhaps. Like, this is fucked right now, perhaps. Am I shorting it? Nah, I'm not going fucking near this piece of shit ever in my entire life. And the guy that runs it should probably be in jail. I mean, he really probably should be in jail. I think that the guy that runs this is complicit, and I'm like, you're a fucking fanny, mate. So let's look at something good, right? Check it out, GME, and if Robinhood goes up right now and does like that, those bastards that are doing that, screw them, eh? They're going to just take people with them and lose money. I hate them, and it makes it look like it might is actually looks like it might take a wee jump, in which case it should get slapped back down again because it is literally a piece of shit. I filed a mortgage on my kidney to buy GME. Nice one. Is that I wonder how that mortgage is being tranched and sold on. That sounds like a strange asset to be putting out on the market. Yo, bruh. Yeah, bruh. NIO's trash. Stop spamming. Yo, okay, that's enough. Stupid in the head as opposed to stupid in the butt. Yeah. Stupid in the butt. H. Jones, you were going to get back to work. What is this, little missy? If I was your teacher, I'd be like, look, little Miss Jones, stop talking about butts and get back to doing the work. Whatever that is. And if you don't, that's fine, you know. And if you are really high just chilling out, that's cool too. That's that sort of school I'd actually be a teacher at. iPhone 5 is glitching. Whoa. The iPhone 5? You're nearly in my kind of mobile phone territory, mate. I would think of any Chinese stock would be radioactive. Right now, you're crazy if you're investing in Chinese stocks, especially anything that's listed on the American Stock Exchange. You're crazy. Why are you doing that? There is perhaps a good couple of plays in like primary sector in the Chinese economy. There might be a couple of good different plays, right? There are 2 or 3 companies in the energy sector, and there's 1 or 2 in the agriculture sector. And if you like a long-term play with quite a lot of risk on it, a kind of dark shade of red, then yeah, there's a couple of agriculture plays that you would maybe look at there. I'm not advising, not giving anyone financial advice on that, but there's very, 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 like the largest agriculture company in China, exactly them. They'd be worth looking at. Not the one that belongs to the guy that's just been put in jail for 18 years for speaking his mind, and has previously been put under a lot of pressure just for speaking his mind. But hey, that's China for you, right? They lock people up in concentration camps, allegedly, and make them make stuff for them while they like sterilize them and brainwash them and track them everywhere they go, and have a social scoring system that puts them back in this quote-unquote jail anytime they fucking feel like it. And allegedly that's what's happening, but I'm not going to say any more of that because I don't want to get Novichoked, right? So exactly, flux capacitors will be in demand. Well, you're not getting mine. I've only got a couple. I think the market will crash before 2022. 2022. Yep, that's not far away. Do you think the MOAS will recover before 2022? Gut instinct. Whoa, gut instinct. Let me see, what's my gut saying? My gut is saying I could do with a Spanish omelette. Oh, it's so loud saying that I can't hear what else it's saying. What's my brain saying about the MOAS? My brain is saying, but Jimmy, you want to own the biggest company in the world, so MOAS and the biggest company in the world. Yes. What's the path to it? I suppose we'd have to look more into the TA on the GME. 165.73. Chinese accent 2022. Not a jocketed ouch, no thanks. Yeah, no thank you very much. Thank you, but no thank you. I am buying it anyway. iPhone i5, iPhone i5, iPhone 5, iPhone 5. I see, it's iPhone 5 as a person rather than Dan owning an iPhone 5. It's glitching. It's iPhone 5 there saying I am buying it anyway. Well, I like it because no one can tell you what to do with your money, and I like what you're doing. Making your own mind up about things, whatever it is actually talking about. iPhone 5 was great. So there's Marco. You're showing your age there. If you were even alive when the iPhone 5 was out, wah, you ancient human being, you. Aaron, MOAS equals omelette confirmed. Wow, yeah, I really want one now. You see, you shouldn't have told me to listen to my tummy. That was a bad move. Okay, I should work, sorry. Apology accepted, H. Jones. Search terms. David Ings, DTCC. David Ings, Citadel. Sean Ings, Cayman. Are Sean and David the same person? Good. These are good search terms. Thanks. You're welcome, iPhone 5. Of course. Jimmy, do you want to know why I donate in SEK? Yes, Vic Vince, tell me why. Is it because it's sexy, exy, keksy currency and you've got sexy keks on and that's how it works? What if you were in high school when the original iPhone launched? Well, you're probably not alive anymore. You'll be a ghost watching in chat. There's no way people can live 400 years. Please clip the hood TA. Best clip on the YouTube. Tradespotting, thoughts on the Brazilian puts. Me thinks they is probably doing what they has been doing since 2008, where they're like, here, will you take this liability short term for me? Like, it's really handy, just take that for you. I'll buy it back off you in the morning. I promise. I promise. I just don't want anyone to see what I've been doing. And it looks like right now they'll be able to see, so please take them off my frickin' hands. I'll buy them off you in the morning. And maybe I'll buy them off you in a different way that you can't see, because, you know, we just sold them to you this way, and eventually people are going to see that. Big Vince, because GMB is better than GME is better than Exy Kixes. What are the sexy Exy Kixes? And is it country full of sexy Exy people? Excuse my dad jokes. Man, I can hardly criticise you from here, can I? Do you think Moas or market crash occurred before 2022? Gut instinct. That is the question that Frank Downs answered. You said deja vu. Deja vu. Because GME is better than sex. That's what that says. That's what that says. Sorry, Vince. I just saw it there, and of course, yeah, GME is it better than sex? I suppose, yeah. I suppose it's definitely better than some of the sex I've had. Shucks. Legit check confirmed. I checked out and it's config. You're right. Do you think egg or I've got to look at any jag. Neg. Is it neg or an negwig? Why is it not on my chart? I had it on before. Negwig. Negwig. What's Robin Hood at? Did it do that little bounce? A stupid little thing. It did fucking eat you. And then it's back down it there, and it's dropped, and it didn't like that above the 50 period moving average. What did it do? It had obviously a bit of that. That's like positive. It's negative there. If it goes back below the 236, which it has done, it's could fucking collapse. I expect a bit of flux now at this 50 period run in 1 minute. Was I doing all my tea in 1 minute since then? Anyway, can't remember. 4 hour, and a new and a eggity waggity. Oh well, that was a good move, and that's a good retrace, isn't it? Very much so. Very much so. A really good show. Did you answer earlier? No, I didn't answer earlier yet, Frank. I'm gonna sugar. What did you ask me again? Haha, jokes. Yeah, I will look at it in a minute, and I'll answer that question in a minute. But I promise to do this for somebody first. My good friend, bad my jam, bam, jam. Okay, so your 4 hour there. That was a bit of a fake out. That was a bit shit for people. There's no volume on it, so you could have seen that coming. This is a continuation, and this is not a continuation yet. Momentum all came in at the top side. Nobody's done anything with it since. It dropped below the 50 period moving average, and nobody gave a crap on the volume there. Maybe this isn't a 4 hour kind of thing. It's a daily kind of thing, sure, there's Jamie. And you got your little bounce on the day here from touching the 50 period moving average. I suppose if it goes up again now beyond the 236, you've got huge bullish divergence here, of course. Let's take it from the very low then and then do it that way around. Pardon me. 236, 618, 0.5, 382 below there, touched the 50, came back up, touched the 382, probably dropped down again, did wick down. You're looking at this coming in 1471 potentially. Put your 200 period moving average on the daily time frame would be a good test. It's had it once, gone on up. It's had a touch of it there, where there was no straight on, straight back again. That was a bit unusual. It was very unusual. It is not unusual to be ridiculous on here. That is ridiculous. That gap above there is ridiculous. It's just like this is a thingy, you know, like you see a gap there and you can see support and resistance there and you can see how this all works. Like this is a very, very easy trade. And it took you from $15 odd down to $9 odd, which is a huge move, right? It is a huge move. You can make a living trading that easily. And then let's do a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh, you're at the 236 more, not the 618 more or less. You really are there, but you're not. It's below that 50 period. What's this look like? It looks like collapse in here. It doesn't look good at all. Top side, you're going to have resistance to that 236. Or does it bounce? Well, a better entry is it's $9.90. Like, it just is a better entry, though. You could easily get a bounce here at 16.44. That'd be a fake out zone from this here, really, down the golden pocket rate. Like, that'd be a good trade, eh? Like, it might fake out there too. Plus, you could easily have a stop loss, which would be freaking easy. This is a pretty easy trade. Plus, it's all over here at your previous resistance on the left. So, it's definitely easy in that. And I do just stick a little bit on there because I know how these things work. So, I'd go an entry at the bottom. I'd obviously try and take it there, take profit at probably at the 50 thing, and take it also at the 382 above it. But why does it do this? Like, you've seen me not play with these, and it gives me that every so often. Weird. Maybe it's the logness, but it wouldn't be because it would play on both sides of the trade. Well, no, it would be. Probably is something like that. Right. How do I go up here? Where do I put this? That's too much. That's too much. That's far too much. It's too much. So I'd put it in there, just below the body close of that one. Yep, like this below the body close here of this candle. So that'd be where I'd think, whoa. Whoa, guys. Tradespotting. Janine W. Yes, Tradespotting. More joint videos with Rockstar is a good idea. It is a good idea, H. Jones. A lot of people are like weird about it because they're like, why is he acting like that? You know, it seems forced. And it's like, it was having a laugh, man. It's like live and kicking. It's funny, eh? It's like try to make people positive and feel good about the price because it was like a really good entry and it was also the lowest GME had been in months. It's like people need to hear positive news. So that was a really good way of doing it. It was happy. It made like thousands of people smile and be positive and that. And then people on Reddit are like, there's something sus about that. You know, like, I like Superstunk for the way you get certain information from it, but it's full of fucking arseholes, man. It really fucking is. They're super off-putting to somebody who's like committing to doing GME. Is like just interacting with the asshole side of Superstunk. Like, oh, why is he doing that? That's forced. Why is he acting that way? Seems sus to me. Like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Get fucked. And that, so yeah, more of them be good, like more of them. But you know, they're also special, and that was for a reason at the time. It was like it was a really good entry. So yeah, well, think about that. So more videos, Rocket and Janine W. Maybe you were mentioning her name. Maybe she said it. Who needs Superstunk? We have Tradespotting. Well, I also don't want to hate on Superstunk overall because like it's cool as like, and the people that are doing stuff there now are also quite cool. And there's like amazing mods there that do really good work. Plus there is, really good DD on there and that, but it's true, the Runic Glory really does get on my tits, so it's just too much of that Runic Glory floating around, and there are so many communities now. It's really good. I'm really, really glad of that fact. Really good news. Really good show. Just thinking out loud, not hating. What are we thinking about? Who needs that? Oh yeah, I know you're not Grace Foundation. You're not the kind of person to do that anyway, I don't think. Tradespotting. Any drinking streams with Cosmic in the works? Feck, we were supposed to think about doing that tomorrow. I don't know. And then catch up about it since, you know, I'm crap at organising these things. I was thinking about that. I was also thinking what I might do with Rocky was tomorrow evening. If you want to bring a drink, you can. And rather than on the YouTube channel, just in his Discord, we'd go through like all of our different indicators that we're like really like and know, and that not for any particular purpose, like the MOAS or something else. Oh, ATIP, of course, will do stream. I missed size super chat. Did I? Shit, I probably missed shitloads of them. Sorry, because I've not had my thing on. I'm going to go and check that in a second. Sal Emander, psst, got my ATIP chart open. Ha, psst. Psst, Jamie. Okay, let's look at that now. Oh, did I do Newegg? I'm thinking you've got entries down below here, perhaps. If you're holding it, there's potentially a bounce coming in around this area here. You'll be looking up at 43.30 if it does do that bounce. That's very, very positive. But I don't know, like this could have been some sort of blow off top. It's certainly very different from everything beforehand. So retrace starts dropping back below these levels, like into this formation again. I'd want to have another think about things because you could be looking at like even better entries. But in the meantime, that would be a good one. That would be an obvious target, and it may go beyond it. May go beyond it. And where would that take you if it did? I'd be looking at could be anywhere, right? This thing could go up into like the $128, could go up to $200 or above if it gets a positive bounce and in a similar enthusiasm as before. But I'd actually look at it and think like the chances are that these mini levels here in around the 236 and this 236 and this 618 anywhere around 40 to $42 is actually like very, very important area for this sort of thing, so I'd keep an eye on that. Right, so ATIP quickly, and Super Chat was about ATIP. And what time are we now? We've still got... Oh, we're in a power hour now. And I haven't even really talked about the GMEs, you know? I haven't even really talked about the GMEs. We'll have a little bit, but, you know... And how many people are tuned in? 333. Thanks so much for keeping with me. You know I'm going to do the GMEs. It's what I'm all about. Tradespotting. Sir, I beg of you, can I make a Runic Glory t-shirt? Oh, yeah, beauty. You can, yes. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That's the funniest thing ever. That's going to be hilarious. Yes, you can. You can. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. You can. Thank you. I am a little worried that I'm overburdening you with a lot of work here, Harriet. Truly, I am a little worried about that. I was thinking of writing an email there the other day, and I was like, this Steve, Harriet's going to crack under the pressure. There's a lot of stuff going on. So if you want to invite more, thank you very much, Harriet. Okay, and for the fantastic idea. I had that issue, Feisty. Just know you're going to miss stuff, and it's mostly memes. You'll be fine. You can follow the people that do the DD on Reddit. You know, you can follow people on Reddit, so you don't have to, like, this is how I do it, Like, you don't have to go into certain places. Like, I don't mind going into Superdunk, and people, literally every day I'll be there, literally every day I'll be there at some point. If it's not Ape Andy, it's somebody else. It's like, look and like chat about it. Okay, thank you. And, yes, I'll look at it all the time. But you can just follow people that you're like, but that was good, right? Just follow the guy or the girl, and then you'll get the more stuff in the future. Mind blown! Feisty goes, I'm currently only focused on learning the library, reading the recommended books. Well, I'll move on to other sections once I've graduated from the book section. Awesome, man! Awesome. Lipton is flying. Everybody's flying. Right. I've got top chat on again. I know I changed that. Wait up. ATIP, Jamie, you're going to do it. You even got it on here, right? 375. Oh, look at the volume on this thing. Oh my, why is there a drawing? That's because it's brand new. That's why you were asking. It's not a drawing. It's the 200 period moving average. Hi, everybody. 200 period moving average has arrived on the daily time frame. As it happened, you got crap loads of volume coming in on this thing. The dominant trend was most certainly downside. The DI negative taken over there as the ADX is above the 38 and still sloping up and strong. At the same time, you've had the RSI completely and utterly die. Terrible. Really, really terrible. Yeah, that's incredibly terrible drop there. Like, what the fuck? People hating on this thing. Why are you hating on this thing so much? Like, when you could be putting money into this instead of putting it into Robinhood. Like, these things are like, why would you go at Robinhood when you could do this? Like, they do stuff to do with physical therapy, right? So even if this goes to zero, which it's not going to, and Robinhood does go to zero, which it probably will do, you could have even just put money in here, and like, that's probably a much better cause. Why would you waste your money on something as toxic as Hood? It's disgusting. Like, there are other ways to make money if you're a complete cretin. You know, like, there are other ways to make money if you're a stupid, cretinous loser. Why would you want to do it via long and Hood? It's disgusting. Sorry, I wasn't talking about that. ATIP, there you got it. It's graceful there. This came up and you saw the divergence there, presumably, right? If you've got your chart open, here's a higher high in price, there's a lower low in the price action on the daily time frame, and that took this out. That was the end of the uptrend on this thing. Higher highs, higher lows. You got a gap there. One day that'll be filled. Until then, it's at 1174, so you know, you just put a tenner in, you'll probably make some money over a period of time. But it may be a long time. This has never been so strong, this downtrend. See how it opened with volatility? It's so funny. I love this indicator. And what did it tell you? It was so right. Bum 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 bum. And it started at the very fucking anyway. Lots of different things to say about that, but it's funny. And so that's very strong ADX, very strong DI minus. It's the perfect signature on the ADX for a downward move. It's a complete collapse of the DI positive, which is nearly at its lowest point that it's ever been other than the open. And that was a class absolutely perfect move on that from the downside. Took you from 10 to 3, 10 to 7, 10 to 7, down 3 from 10 to 7, 50, 200 above you, just showing up. So what? Test to 50 doesn't get you anywhere. Lots of volume doesn't mean anything that's red. I would change that, but it keeps changing back. This is higher, but this is a downtrend. That more weakness in this thing. I mean, you need to just see it do something. You need to see it do something. This volume's interesting here because it came right at the bottom of this trend, which is a new all-time low. And at the all-time low, in came the volume. And this is what? Is this either stock operators or this is insiders? Who's buying this? Is there going to be some news or something? And where did that news come from? Is there news on this, by the way? And where did the news come from? Why is that such a strong buy for them? Why has there been so much more volume on that candle? Nearly more than there's been cumulatively for this thing's entire life. Not, but nearly. Why? Why so much there? After that bounce, is it a sale? Why so much? And it's been dropping off since, so it's not a real trend change. Plus, it's not broken any highs there. Early, it was all in that one catalyst there. What? Oh, I see. There's a hammer and it failed. This is probably a buy. This is probably a buy. You're right. This, if you like this, even if it's a piece of shit, it looks like a buy at me. It's got loads and loads to go there. That's absurd. That RSI failure there. What was this? Is there some news? Tradespotting, you think we'll get 170 again this week in GME? I've got some 170 calls I want to dump. Calls. Let's take that in a second, dude. So ATIP, H Jones broker-wise, it turned up and yeah, man. What are you saying? Ruglord, you are free to do whatever you like, lad. Damn right you are, man. When GME hits 1 million, can you legally change your name to GME? It'll still sound the same. Yeah, in Scotland you can change your name anytime you like. It's up to you, you know. I could change my name right now. So yeah, if it gets to, and when it gets to $1 million, I will look at things like that and getting all sorts of funny things. It'll be hilarious. I'll be laughing my face off at that point. Jeepers creepers. So is there news on this thing? They reported they had staffing problems and lowered their forward earnings expectations, but they're not going under or anything. Staffing problems. Physical Therapy Inc. ATI. Health Services. Medical Marketing. Nursing Services. Tradespotting, change your name to GME and GME will swear down. Okay, I've now changed my name officially for the next hour to GME. Max Payne is 180, so 170 might be likely. Tradespotting, no news, maybe COVID weirdness. Well, that news, it is Physical Therapy Inc. For potential securities violations and breach of fiduciary duty. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Oh. Potential security violations. Right. This is still a buy. It's a buy, and it might go up 100%. Still is. It looks like a buy. It looks like it'll go up 100%. You don't need to put too much into this sort of thing because it's risky as shit, but that looks like it to me. I'd be looking at that and I'd be taking profit at $7 something. I'd be taking shitloads of profit at $7 something, like every single penny of it. Be right back. Okay, be right back. What are the chances who halts trading on themselves? Ha ha ha. Wonder. They don't try to get their own market maker position, so the chances are they'll actually be doing all sorts of scams. Visrage, I don't plan on dumping the calls till they're in the money, allegedly. Then I'll use the money to get more calls. What are they, dude? Did you say you had calls 170? Sorry to go and buy a place order back now. Nice one, Dink. Right, so we're on to GME. We've done ATIP. I think that it's still, even though the news is bad, that they might be going somewhere. Depends on that sort of fine and what it is exactly they've done. If they've been wash trading their own shit since they started and they've got 2 gaps down, neither of which have been filled, then somebody's like a very bad person, a very, very naughty boy or girl. I'd take profit at 7.37 and maybe keep a tiny bit on for 11.62 because it's a laugh. But I'd manage my risk very carefully at those, anything above anywhere even at the top of this year above 4.87, and start managing my risk. With stops at 4.20, and then again, like you get above 5.77, I'd move my stop there. If you get above it anywhere near 7.57, then we move my stops right up. And then I'd look for something there, and that's like, to take a wee bit of a trade on that. You know, it's kind of risky in that, but you could take a wee trade on this here fella. Right, we're going to do all that. We've done everything. GME, will it go back to 170 this week? GME's due a bounce. I think it'll go 170. Yeah, I think it will. I mean, you might need to manage your trade, right? If it's an options trade and you're like, whoa, we're above 170 and that, you get rid of it, eh? Like, it's expiring soon, then get rid of it if it goes back up into profit. It doesn't need to be much in there. You don't have to worry about how much it's in there. Just like it's too close. If it is this, well, it can't be tomorrow, is it? You're saying by the end of this week, so it must be tomorrow. So you're talking about, will it go there by tomorrow? Right, let's look at GME. This is a bullishly divergent low on the 1 hour, so prices are going to bounce up from here. You've got that divergence on, or is it bullishly divergent? Come on, let's see then. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. Come on, let's see. I call that class B. I'd say we're on the road, up again. We're on the road, up again. We're on the road again. We're on the road again. 168.5. That's where it's going. KT cover catcher. I was hypnotized by the stellar TA. But now I have been minded by the beast that things must happen. Now, see you later, Doomslayers, and Tradespotting. Always a pleasure. You too, my friend. You're a very nice chap. Stephen S. Tradespotting, GME. Are people actually selling, or is it all fakes? Nah, why would people be selling it down here at the lows, eh? Nah, I mean, people are, right? Aye, sure. People, sort of people, like half people, half lizards. What does it mean? They're all like, just saving up so you can get your goldy looking chain, Stefan. You know, they need to, the people that are selling this are like they're prepping their wallets just so they can get the money out for GME. Are people actually selling it, or is it fake? Yeah, it's going to go back up. I think, a long call spread on GME now, and you're looking at October or something, like that's going to make, I'm not giving anyone financial advice. And I think, you're looking at this hitting 190 odd bucks. Okay, I think it's going to get up 188. Does it happen by tomorrow? You're looking at 177 on the top side of that move. Maybe there's the gap fill at the same time and then a fake out area, right? So I'd say this is where you'll see a wick to, then you'll probably see a retrace after it gets up there, after back down to 173, probably. Like, probably will, eh? And in order to do that, all of that, I'd like to see us first open and close 4 hours above 168. So if today finishes above 168, that's great. 168.50, even better. And then it's not done anything. Like, still not done anything when it's back at 173. So yeah, I think you might get out of that tomorrow at some point. Who disabled sell button? Yeah, they also disabled their freaking brain. I can't wait for the MOA so I can purchase myself an organic fanny collection tote bag. Yeah, they're organic. They're organic. You know, what are you carrying your stuff around in? Because they're organic. So did it really halt? Lol, did it then? Piece of shit. Down, down, down. Oh, look, it did drop down again. Look, we've been calling this all day and it's a piece of shit. Pardon my language. 236. Come on, down to 34.90, you little fucking bastard. Pardon my language again. Tradespotting. The reason why I'm asking if it's fake is because the MACD on the 1 day is double crossing. Da-da-da-dum. Oh, right, that. Yeah, sorry. I mean, I just wanted to look at these and laugh at these people. This is really low again and it's a piece of crap. Let's go back to GME. Oh, that's nice. This is nice. Oh, nice. That other thing was so shit. This is nice. Right. MACD uncross on daily. Cross. And then uncross, did it? Let's see. This is what it does. This is what it did the other time. Oh, I see what you're saying there, Stefan. You're right. You're spot on with that one. Yeah, it's doing that. It doesn't. These things often happen, you know, and like. I mean, it's not fantastic. Kerry Gunsler's getting gaped on Twitter. It's amusing. What does that mean? I said follow for follow and he didn't answer me, and it's like, well, who the fuck are you, mate? Right. So like, also I think, you know, it's like Clensler's interesting. He's interesting. There's interesting stuff there. He is interesting, right? I used to like him. I actually used to like the guy. Anyway, shut up, Jimmy. Right, not that I know him or anything. It's not what I'm saying. Butt sex without lube. Oops, a daisy. Whoops. The poor guy on Twitter too. I noticed he was like, "Hey, I'm on Twitter now. I'm a family guy. Like I ride bicycles and blah blah." It's like, mate, fuck off. David Bisbeck. It's a closer to the end than the start, but we're definitely winning. This is a good time to buy GME. You're freaking right, it is Fizzridge. I think it's a really good time to buy it. Stefan's asking if anyone really selling this thing. You know, like look at the volume on the thing again, right? Again, it's. Let's look at it. For every buy, there's a sell on this here exchange. But as we see it going through, let's move it up to. Oh, that's the wrong one. Move to new pane below. No, new pane above. Well, anyway, it's up the top. It doesn't really matter because we're on it on its own. We're going through. We can see, you know, the fact that it's red doesn't mean anything. For every sale, there's a buy. For every buy, there's a sale on this exchange. Everything about this. Believe the tea. Go back to Jamie's earlier videos and watch the charting. The trend is up. It's a freaking bargain. Oh, if you're actually serious. Oh, Fatman wants me to look at the DMA as well. Yes. Yes. So we were talking about this before. Like these are red and we're brute green because they come in that way in the stupid box, right? I don't like them. I do this to them every time I get a chance. I don't love that colour because it's impossible to see, and then I don't mind it being slightly thicker because I do like looking at things and rather than having to find them all the time trading views. So you're below your moving average on the volume. This tracks average volume and you're below that line. So you're doing less than average, and I can tell you that average is nothing. Average is nothing. Now, the other day there, we put in like historically low volume going back multiple years, and then the day after we did it again, the day after we did it again, and the day after we did it again, and then we equaled it. And so then we got 1 day bigger than that. the only day we had above the Daniel Assange. Fanny packs aren't organic. I don't wear inexpensive fanny packs. I gave a bunch to homeless shelter. Sig ashes fell. Rayon fanny immolated everyone. Sig ashes fell on one. And it's, well, that's such a shame. Oh well, terrible news. But on the other hand, that was a really good financial decision you made by purchasing them in the first place. For the fanny packs aren't organic. That's true. The fanny packs aren't. It's the tote bag. The tote bags are organic. The fanny packs, though, they're not. No, they're not organic. Not at all. They're incredibly good, actually. Hoof hearted with the hoof hearted. Oh, that's a hoof heart. That's nice. Daniel Sands survived $5 and hoof hearted twice 10 for the consternation face, or the consideration face, or the happy yellow man. Right, well, I should be answering questions seriously here, shouldn't I? I shouldn't have left GME at the end, because I knew it was going to end up being like this. I knew I was going to. Your daily let's drop down hourly. Yep, even hourly is below the average. Even the 30 minutes is just consistently below the average. Doesn't matter how low the average get, price just stays lower than it. Number of shares sold in last 15 minutes. 15 minutes previous to this then? Is that going to give us some information? I mean, you had this and this natural ripple of it, but no change. It is significantly more than it was here, back on the 26th earlier in the week. But again, no change. This is just commonly oscillates up and down again, oscillates up, down again, up, down again, up, down again, always going lower, and then fucking hell. This is 50 minutes, so that's going to tell me that. But what was in hourly? Yeah, it's just a consistent downtrend in the volume still. No even breakouts from the previous highs. This pointed up, so your moving average on the 1 hour, it's pointing down at the end of it. 4 hours pointing down. Nobody's doing anything. The volume on exchange is just so low. Downtrend and ascendancy in the 4 hour, and RSI dropping off here. Haven't touched the top of this. Things since then, it's not really got much enthusiasm. That gap wasn't good for it, and it's done nothing since. RSI crap. MACD proper cross on the 4 hour. Daily, it's undone. It's undone that. Obviously, if it's undone on the daily, it'll have been undone on lower time frames. On hourly, still snaking around and being okay because it hasn't completely collapsed. 4 hour snaking around. Let's see. It's normal that would happen. Back to that 4 hour actually. That's annoying, that high being there and not coming and then trying better. Negative cross there. Hasn't really tested it since. Your positive cross came in, tested it. That wasn't a positive cross, that's my line. Yeah, it's this one here, this is it, this is all this cross. Is that a test of it? No. Price moving beyond there afterwards. Don't see it myself. That's not got that for, if that goes lower it'll be bullish again. It could drop down again, could easily drop down again. I'd be looking at 163 and then 150, not 160, 153 and 160, and that'd be likely then bounces again. It's a question of where it does up at these three lines when it reaches them. That's really what you're looking for here. You're looking for price action to recover above 16850, like I said, yep, and then your 236 above that on this fib, sure, whatever, but the point you're going to get is above this 172. So, and then there's a gap up to 177. So at that point I'd be expecting it to take a breath. So if I was trading options and they were $170 calls and I saw prices at 172 to 177, I'd probably shift them. That is what I would say. Not that it's financial advice, of course. 2034. Awesome. So we covered most things. I think we covered pretty much everything. We're waiting to see if he really addresses it, but he seems reluctant to. Sugar, that was Frank's question again. Any chance you can give your totally speculative response? Will market crash or more happen before 2022? It seems like something is coming, Evergrande, etc. Yes, so, well, I mean, we can just, let's look at it. What would be a good one to look at for overall market crash? What do you want to look at, Jamie? Well, here's like some things. Right. That's normal. Okay, whatever. Quite good actually, considering. Here's your triple Qs. It's fantastic. You know, do I think an overall market crash has come before 2022? I think that the reverse repo operations, a lot has been made of it that isn't necessarily true. Rocky Outcrop's take on it's a very, very succinct way of describing it. Perhaps what JPOW should be doing is listening to Rocky Outcrop. This is just the quantitative easing circling back through, and as such, we can manage that repo situation. I say we, but you guys in America, they can do it fine, right? It is still easily possible. It is still fine. And it would be expected with so much QE. It would be, right? And if you haven't expected it, it's perhaps you didn't think about how much QE is because there's intense amounts of it. There's two fucking things that really piss me off about the way that the powers that be communicate about monetary policy in America. It really fucking pisses me off because it makes me think that we've got something wrong with their fucking head, right? Because it's gone on for so long. It's like, why are you still making the same stupid ass mistakes? Like, don't call inflation transitory, right? Don't be so fucking stupid, right? You understand Keynesian economics. If you didn't, you wouldn't have your job. If that's happening and you've been put in your job and you haven't got a fucking clue what you're talking about, this is a disgrace. So surely you know by now that calling inflation transitory is not only tautological and straight up thick, it's also incredibly misleading, right? It's incredibly misleading because the inflation can go away, but the prices still fucking went up, right? The fuel that did cost you 1 after it goes up still costs you 2. You don't care if the inflation has now gone away. It's still fucking 2. And what economy in the world does wages growth meet inflation when you've got this many monetary policy problems going on? Literally never fucking happen. It's never going to happen. So it's super offensive to people's intelligence to talk about inflation is transitory. Honestly, it's so fucking stupid. I can remember back to when I was in school learning about inflation. On the very first day I ever heard about it, they talked about how the nature of it is always transitory, but the consequences of it are permanent. That's the very first fucking thing you learn about it. You know, so get off my fucking screen talking shit. I'm so pissed off with you, JPOW. You're an absolute fanny at this stage. Boy from Bulgaria is a fanny, says Kim. I've missed loads of super chats. It's experienceable, they know it. So the people in charge of it seem to be crap at doing what they're doing. It's still very well, you can still rescue the situation. Do I think the economy is going to crash before 2022? Big chunk of me thought the economy is going to crash since 2008. A huge chunk of me, a good 40% of me, has been constantly vigilant to the fact that it's fucking, they've not fixed much of the systemic issues, right? Now, the new things that they're doing to change counterparty risk, yeah, sounds good, right? Sounds good. If you can stick your head through that dense nonsense, at the end of it, you'll come out and be like, yes, sounds good, but let's look back and see what this is replacing. All the same sort of thing that was never enforced properly. Why is it not ever enforced properly? Well, because the people that control these things and do these nefarious activities, right, they've got compliance sections, and those compliance parts of the bank, they're like the people who work there, the vast majority of them are on much lower salaries. They're a much smaller division of the bank. The costs associated with that part of the bank might be huge across the board, but any one particular person isn't really cleaning up that much, you know, certainly not big groups of them. And within that scenario, you've got all these people in this division. They might be in a separate business entity of your bank as well that controls this side of things. And And they fuck things up all the time because it's a stressful job and it's all time based and you make mistakes and that's one way that these rules that we would like to see enforced properly are broken. It is actually just an honest mistake from someone who's tired or ticked the wrong button, and that happens. And as systems are being improved and these new things come along, that might happen again. But you've already had all this in place before and you fucked it up then. The idea that you can somehow control boom and bust, you don't understand economics if you think you can control boom and bust. You don't understand macro cycles if you think you can control that. You don't understand, right? It will always happen. You have to manage the fucking capacity in the economy better and stop talking about your control over the policies, right? Yeah, reversal repos working as expected. You didn't know what to expect, you stupid liar. Oh my God, eh? And the truth is, if you did know what was going to happen, you'd have a better job or you'd get paid more money. And we can tell you're not going to get that job because we can see you're incompetent. Daniel, in America, rich cut the education budget, healthcare, etc. Keep people dumb and sick they can, and some and sick they can work people to death with no retirement. The masses are glad for the opportunity because the lies work. Yeah. Wow, yeah, the lies work. In America, rich cut the education budget. I don't know how the education budget works over there. In Scotland, everyone has a human right to free education. We were the first country in the world to implement that, and anyone who tells you different has got their history wrong. In America, rich cut the education budget. That's terrible. I know that the healthcare thing is private. I didn't know how the education works over there. I do understand this concept of we need to keep certain people at a certain level of society because, for every one man to be rich, you'll need 100 to be poor. I understand how that setup works. Thanks very much, Daniel. And I think the points you're making there are very accurate, right? It's all on you to change your life. No one's going to help you. And in fact, there's people out there trying to keep you stupid. So what were we talking about here on the triple Qs? I think that institutional appetite for equities is going to increase. I think that that'll happen into the end of summer and the start of the next quarter. I think that you'll see an uptick in this type of activity. I think that things like triple Q may go on to do better in that longer term. You've also got horrible ass divergence on it in the short term, and you've got that turnaround coming, and this looks bad as well, mate. Oh, let's do this. Let's do this, and we'll take our volume down again, and I'll try and get around to answering Frank's question. It's not that I'm reluctant to answer; it's just it's such a huge question. It really is a huge question, and to answer it in the way I think about things, that means answering lots of little other things. Where I want to do this, move to no. So that was looking at, it was esoteric, right? So let's go in here and look at the Dow Jones and how's it doing, right? We've got a bit of all. Jeez, look at this, guys. Look at the last two of these have done call in terms of price action. Here you've got a third one coming in with more of the same issues of there was divergence. There's swing failure confirmed in around the same times these were going off. Dominance. Oh well, one way or the other. And when you're seeing so much divergence, it's likely down. Plus it's similar to what's happened the last two previous times, and your momentum's broken. Ugh. You're above the 200 period moving average, obviously. You're up high there. Let's see what's like on this one. Okay. Well, that was crap. Call that, and it only did that. That was crap. Yeah, finally. 44 minutes, right? So we'll go back, look at some GME in a second. There you've got horrible bearish divergence. You're going to see this turn around. You'll want to see it go low the 236 there. Where's the bottom of that move? It's quite far away, so it's got a little bit of a chance. To maintain it, there's your 200 period moving average, and this will come down. Probably hits 34850. Probably does. Will it go higher before it does that? Maybe a second touch up there. I wouldn't bet on it, even if it drops from where it is at the minute. You've got 0.5%. I mean, people will be trading that. Daniel says that was already up. I've left loads of super chats. So I'm going to get them. I wonder what Jamie speculates about GME crypto. Ha! Wonders. As long as their money makes projects are on, they don't care about the people. So that sounds like a common story. When is CPing going to actually get a good knowledgeable person like you to speak to awesome TA facts coupled with you saying Fanny and CPing saying little bitch? I don't know. Does he want the viewing numbers? Because he'd get them. I mean, he would get them. If he did that, he would get the viewing numbers. But I've got a small audience, and so I've got a tiny audience, like 4,000 people on Twitter or whatever. Like, I'm not saying that's a tiny audience, whatever. I'm saying from his perspective, for me, it's fucking crazy, right? I think it's amazing. I say things on Twitter and I'm like, I'm so funny, and then people like them, and I'm like, oh my god, people like me, and I'm so excited, right? I'm silly. It's a huge audience from my perspective, but he speaks to so many people when he's on doing his show, and so. And people like Matt KOSS and TreysTrades, they bring like a huge audience with them, like huge audience. Like they're both making millions of pounds a year from YouTube. Matt KOSS and TreysTrades are making probably over $1 million a year from your YouTubes. And I'm not like saying there's anything wrong with that. Fair play to them, well done. But like, think of the huge pool that those people have. It's a huge pool they've got. And so, it's like a safer option maybe than putting on some unheard of Scottish guy who mumbles into his phone all the time and has like sometimes got a very dodgy green screen on. They might be like, this is and whereas they've got a fairly familiar face and more people recognize their voice, and obviously they're both American. Everyone's American there. So maybe that's something to do with it. I don't know, But also, like, because people won't know who I am and stuff, and like, and if they were to consider putting me on, they'd be like, wow, he's a bit of a liability. Don't you think he's even more crazier than Charles? So we'll see. I don't know. But I do reach out to him on Twitter and say, yo, buddy, called it again. Get me on there. And it would be nice to talk about it. And if I am going to, the grand reveal about where I actually come from in the future, at what point I'll stop knowing all the answers, that'd be the place to do it. Tradespotting, how do you combat FUD by being born with an absolutely massive slong so that no one ever need to listen to anything anyone ever told me ever again? Bing bong, again, want to wear my shirt, but only when the bing bong's actually happening. Yeah, and then jumping around outside, that'll be amazing. Think how much money they lost. People, bad mama jamma. Bam. I did new egg for you there earlier, bad mama jamma. Maybe a wee bounce, and then who knows, maybe a wee drop big bounce. I don't know. Can't remember what I said now. Bong bong, bing bong. All your shippers are wrong. Some of them are right. Some are right. Nice people too. I don't know. Jamie, what do you make of all YouTube bans of financial channels, nefarious or not? I don't know, man. Darren, it's freaking weird, isn't it? Like, it does make me worried. And because, like I'm saying, sort of ties into back before there. Like, you need an audience to get people to say, bring them back. And like, I don't know if YouTube would listen to us. Like, we just a little group of people. I say it all the time. We're a tiny little corner of this niche thing that we talk about here, especially when we're looking at GME, which I should be on right now. Do I think things are going to crash before 2022? I think that December, January 22 will be a big time for things. I think the start of next year will be a big deal. If things don't drop then it could be a whole nother year of like grinding sidewaysness followed by awful drops, but I would anticipate it coming in and around the start of next year or the end of this one. Jamie, thoughts on Elliott waves? They're handy sometimes, and most often the people that do it are using money. It's very much a retrospective type of TA. It can help, but it's 3 or 4 levels into what you're doing after studies and confluence and all the different other things you might be looking at. I don't know a lot about Elliott waves, but I don't touch on it often, so I'd need to refresh myself before I would go into it. The details can get quite controversial. But I'm not really a huge fan of it. I don't think it's a very successful way to trade. And I can see it's like one way of measuring trends and looking at overall market. But then if I was going to do that, I'd be looking at Gann theory and linear progressions and talking about other tools. And I don't feel like you can. I don't think it's a good idea for people who are just starting off trading to get into Elliott Wave. I think what you're much better off doing, because they're all based on Fibonacci's sort of things anyway, is to just use Fibonacci's and look at about that and talk about thrust strength and overall move and talk about support and resistance and so on. So that's my thoughts on that. Daniel said, Charles Payne doesn't want someone who knows a thing or two on they setting up the lambs for the slaughter. Murdoch's wife is on the Citadel board. Rupert Murdoch's wife's on the board of Citadel. Is that true? Is that true? Oh my god, that's so disappointing. It's so disappointing to find out that he has a wife. That is such a shock. Why would anyone live with the lizard man? I don't understand. Well, he's got loads of money, right? Loads of people will just do that for the money. In which place, fair play to you, lady. Google must be short GME. Jack Googlers, what you doing, Googlers? Why am I not on GME? We talked about this in that GME. We talked about this. 165, 36. What's this message now? Where's this message now? Oh my goodness. Rocky was telling me earlier that, and I don't see what the other one notifications are because they're hidden behind it. Charles Payne, I don't know. I think maybe he would like me on. I think he would want me on. I think he would. I have to think he would. I listen to him speak, and I'm like, this dude and me would get on. So I think he would have to want that if he knew me. It's just that he doesn't know me, Ken. Doesn't he know me? Jack, thank you so much. I watch you at the hospital. You're at the hospital, bad mama jamma. You are a very good lad. Wow, there's so many people in this audience that are such amazing people, like go through so many struggles that you don't know about. That for me personally, reading about, I'd find unbearably difficult. Like so many of yous, the people who diamond huddle and that, like so often, the truth is that you're also like have been taught this already in life, how the difficulty of hanging on and how you have to get through things and that. Like my heart goes out to so many of you. You're such amazing people. It's a shame on me fucking reading about some of the things you do. Like you've got hard lives. Some of you are amazing people. Aye, 165.31. So how long's left on this? Minutes, right? Minutes. 8 minutes. Cool. Let's drop down and look at the 15-minute time frame. You can see that. It's just going to finish in around here, isn't it? Seven minutes. It's neither here nor there. Volume again. A section of time there more than it was before. Could do e-tech there, could push up 167 and whatnot, and that'd be cool. Like, see at 167, but whatever that is, 1.5, taking over again. Life is a grind. Keep your head up, do your best, help others. Exactly. Work hard, trust few, always paddle your own canoe. And anything you do for other people, especially good people, I think it's the best way you can spend your life. Right, and some of these are like absolute angels. It's incredible. And that not saying any names because like if I would have to say a lot if I was going to start. I want a cat and a few billion. Ian, a rabbit from a height. I wish it was a little bit taller. Well, already tall enough actually. I'm quite happy with that. 165, 30, 31. It's like a struggle street at the end of the day. There is potentially like bullish divergence on this whole overall move. It's just it's weak at the tops of it. Then 3 touches all in a lower high. People are like, is it? No, it's not. I can't call that a top information. That's ridiculous. Instead, you'd look at that and you'd say, it's that. It's just that. And this it's like a bearish formation. It's come into it in a bearish move. Looks like that in the 15 minutes. If you take it out to the 4 hour, you could say maybe it's a bearish pennant. You could maybe say that. Nah, and like see this. I could, So that doesn't really fucking matter. That's not what it is. This neither is it predictive. Maybe open a cat cafe in a Schiller, or maybe a pet store. Come and buy your cats. I got some cats. And stay and get all fat and sassy. Right, come on, bounce. Nah, don't just do whatever you want to do, mate. Don't listen to me. 50 period above you, that's what we're looking at. And 68 spot 16, 150. That'd be good. When I say looking at, so where we need to get back above at the very least to start doing anything. Even then, it doesn't really achieve much. I would like to see it. This formation is very bearish because it's just a channel low. It's going sideways. It's not anything else. This thing on the top of it, sure, it's real and it's like depressing price action, especially when it's below 168. That idea is depressing. Idea is putting people off. Throws bananas at observe thyself. Squirrels. Jamie on Joe Rogan would be incredible. Joe, you want me on, Joe? Like, it's nice, and you guys are so nice, and you are all really cool. And the truth is, some of you guys in this audience, you're the hardcore of the GME people. You're in all the good streams. And when I say the good streams, you're in all over the good DD. Some of you do it, and you often fact check each other. Some of the people who don't talk that much, but send me messages about watching. Some of them real. Like the real hardcore, much of the hardcore of the people who told GME turn up here every so often, or in here every so often, cause fuck those bastards around the world, eh? What was I going to go on and talk about there? Oh yeah, but we're still a tiny little part of the audience, and I might feature in your thoughts, and trust me, you feature in mine all the time. All of you do in this collective thing we are. It really does. But like other people don't really know like about us, and certainly not about this my face and who I am. So like it'd be great, and I say this to Charles Payne. People read my tweets and they will think, "Yo, hi, why isn't he getting on?" But he doesn't notice it. He doesn't. People don't know who I am, and certainly Joe Rogan doesn't know who I am, and never probably will. And there's millions of people in there if he'd probably interview for me, and I don't think I'm all that important or like even interesting. So. But I do have some good fucking stories. Tradespotting, I should buy more, shouldn't I? It's not financial advice, but the answer is definitely. I feel the need for more GME. Yeah, especially you're getting it below 165. You get a few seconds at the end of the day to get that. Not bad. Is it boostly divergent? Yeah, you're lower than over here. RSI is higher. Sure, it's downtrend. You're not really paying attention to that, but we're looking at these moves between it. Again, you've got it there. It's boostly divergent. This looks like a buy to me. 2 minutes 33. Can we see much on that? It probably just goes back above 165 again, but who knows, right? Who knows? There's fuck all volume. Could go higher, but I definitely think it'll go 165. Got 2 minutes left. Wouldn't watch more, but I needed to tune out for a wee while. Not even open my broker for weeks now. Helps me diamond hand. Darren Thompson, good on you. Yeah, I'd have rarely open mine. You got the charts on, you don't need it, and if you know your trades and that whatnot, I did miss a chance to do it earlier when I would have wanted to. These numbers are looking really tempting. It is the last 2 minutes of today at this price. It really is. Hi Jamie. Hi Stefan, mate. Stefan, you're a legend. Tradespotting. Hi, Jamie. Now, that JME price action is kind of slow. Do you think it's a great time to do a Tradespotting indicator series where you make one video per indicator in-depth tutorial? Yeah, maybe that's a good idea, Stefan. And it might touch well on if we do this chat tomorrow on Rocky's Discord where Rocky and I go over like our favourite indicators or why we like them or what type of thing we like them for or what type of context we might completely change our charts to different type of things and stuff. I was thinking we'd have a relax thing on the Discord tomorrow, maybe with that, and you don't have to be in the Discord. I mean, if you're in the Discord, you'll see it. If you're not, you won't. But we don't have to be there to tune in for that. Maybe from the back of that, I could make some videos of it, or both of us could make some together and say like something like that. It's a good idea. Cheers, Stefan. Hi. Thanks. You're full of good ideas, mate. Tradespotting, you never know who's watching. Yeah, you never know, and you never know. Tradespotting. I want to be a millionaire, so friggin' buy it. So friggin' buy it. Buy all the things I never had. Ooh, I want to be on a new cover of Forbes magazine right next to Rocky and Jamie. Ha! Yo. Lipton, you're a nice guy. Everyone's so nice here. What do, 16489. Bump. 30 seconds. Still think I'll be at 165 at the end of the day. And so, What do I think of wash sales? What do I think of wash sales? They're highly illegal. People that do it should fucking be banned from trading, and that. And if there's large organisations doing it, they should be fucking banned from trading. It's an absolute fucking absurdity. Like, why are you doing wash trading? You scammy bastards, you're stealing money off people. That's what you're doing, stealing money. It's illegal, like, and it's immoral, and it's like robbing people that haven't got the same advantages of you. It's like the worst fucking way of being a. Boom, boom, boom. 164.86. Have we closed now? Yes, I think we have. Post market size there. Yeah, so prices have closed. 164. Oh my god, I was 15 cents away from the 6.5. Doesn't matter. No, it's bullishly divergent. You have to put in the close to get it. On this move, yeah. So post market, what does it do? Well, it's different because it's post market A, and it was the last few seconds, so we'll see. But I don't think that's bad. I mean, it's not great. It's fucking awful. Not great at all, eh? It's not great at all. But it's not terrible. Nah. People who tell you are hype merchants that have got the wrong side of the stick. It's actually fine. Really, it's fine. A dunk, a dunk, dunk, a dunk, bump. Pew. Touch the 8.6. You know, if you come all the way back down the 8.6 on the other side of it, it's so annoying. Oops. Oops. So it should be in around here, 162. Now, if it does drop down, you know, in around there is your next buy. Maybe post market hits 162 and open up back at around 165. There, and then tomorrow I'm looking at 170. The low end of it's 170.50 at this 2-3 like the golden pocket of this Fibonacci here. So like, your 170 calls, I'd flip them off. I'd probably have a limit order ready to flip them off somewhere in there. If my expiry was tomorrow, I mean, I definitely would. Right, so that's everything. I've done everything, and markets have closed. Literally done everything. Close enough is near enough. Thanks, Banana Freeze. It is. Tradespotting. Oh my god, you were 15 cents off. Your credibility is gone. Exactly. I'm going to get my coat and leave now. Sorry, folks. I'll just get my coat and leave. If you like to hit the like button, that'd be appreciated very much. Not for my vanity at all. Like I say, I've got plenty of vanity topped up. My vanity requirements have been met for a long, long time. I don't need to worry about that. It's because I was wrong. Kenny G's wife is on the board of News Corp, Fox, and Wall Street Journal owner. Beware of Charles Payne. Yo. Well, I'd give Charles a grilling about that, so I would. Grilling you, Charles. I was wrong. Kenny G's wife is on the board of News Corp, Fox, and Wall Street Journal owner. Beware of Charles Payne. Yo. Well, what is your response, Charles? As if he would listen to me. I don't know. I think he's like. I wonder. What do I know? Kim Sim, I too cannot use Discord. No shame. What you up, chat? What you like, Harriet? What you like, Harriet? It's too complicated. It isn't, it's for kids. It's really not. It's just unusual the way it works. It's really not too complicated. I thought when I started using it, I was like, right, this is impossible. What's going on here? What is even the point of this thing? And then after all, I was like, this is kind of fun. And then I was like, this is easy. It's actually easy. And it is. It's really easy. So I don't know what to tell you, H. Maybe you just gave up too soon. Maybe this is what it is. Maybe you didn't understand the value that was there if you searched harder and kept going. It's so hard. Okay, I'll give you 15 minutes and an ice cream, but that after you got to come back and try again afterwards. That's the chat. I've seen a lot of AMC people fanning over Charles. Yeah, he talks a lot about the AMCs, don't you, Charles? You talk a lot about the AMC, don't you, Charles? You talk a lot about it. It means like that's like really heavy focus on AMC without touching much on GME, which is strange because you talk about MOAS and stuff like this, and you talk about like the big squeeze and whatnot, and it seems incongruous not to include GME in that conversation. If you're going to do that, then you probably want to talk to some of the people who talk about GME. And I am available. I am. Also, Robin Hood looks like a total scam. Hey guys, like what a joke that thing is. Like, oh my goodness, what is it up to? Where did it finish at? Finished below 35. Oh my god, you know what that means, right? It means it's fucked. Oh no, look at that for a candle. Ugh, that's disgusting. Oh my god, and it's below that 236 from that recovery. That means it's fucked, doesn't it, guys? I mean, we've been here long enough to know that this is a piece of crap. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I think that's probably your volume candle. See what we see here, right, is when you've got your chart set up like this and everything's a little bit muddled and it shows you this here. What that means is this thing's a piece of shit, and you shouldn't buy it. So that's how that works. And if you go down onto the 15-minute time frame, you just... Why is there loads of volume there, huh? Look, it got loads of volume and it closed below the 236. That's so shit. That's not even joking. That's really bad. Don't long this from here. Don't think you're getting anything out of this from here. This is terrible. On Discord, just shout and somebody will do it for you. What a joke. Yeah, totally, what a joke. Look at that. It's like bringing tears to my eyes with laughter with the fact that candle did that and then blew it. And sure, people will be like, but that's a hammer. No, it isn't. It's a terrible doji. Below the 236, below resistance. It's an open and close lower. So yeah, I know it looks green. I know, mate. It's funny that, isn't it? It's funny that that's a green candle. It's one of those things. Yeah, so I mean, if this candle opens up here above it and 15-minute tomorrow and you get that error and it looks like an abandoned baby, that could be bullish and things could go back up and you'd be looking up again. You'd be saying testing the 618 and you'd be talking about that. It might oscillate around for a while, pick up a lot of people who hate this thing and then short it down and kill it, and it could destroy your life savings. So if you're in this and you think you're being contrarian by going long on Robinhood, you're not. You're being stupidian. It's called stupidian, not contrarian. Okay, I understand. I recently discovered you can put other Discords in folders, lol. Okay, now you're making things complicated. What the hell does that mean? Oh shit, desktop? You betcha desktop. It's so much easier on desktop, H. Jones. So this is it, and then GME, right? By the way, GME, like, it's so cheap right now. That's that. This is but that's BMW. What? BMV GME. Where's... Here we are. Yes. What's AMC did at the end? 38.13. We wanted that to try 40. We really wanted you to try 40. Went at 30. 55. Boom. Below it there. Okay. So yeah, this is either going to $50 or it's going to $25. H. Jones, legend. You're the legend. You're not talking to me, are you? I'll get a dust a little. Don't want to come and ruin the Discord though. We know what I'm like. You're great. AMC is a distraction. You're distracted, Leslie. I'm a distracting you, Leslie. Leslie, I didn't mean it. How you doing? Yep. Well, there's lots of people in it, and there's many of them hold the GME too, and they've got it, and they're not letting go of it. They're just not letting go of it. They're not letting go. Nope. We can't have it. Bethany. Amazon tanks 400 right after hours, does it? Let's see. Oh, it's a face. The volume's rank there. What's that all about? Why did that come in after that? Something up with that, after hours, as soon as it closes, we're like, well, let's just sell more of it than it's been traded all day. What? Ooh, that was bad. That's awful. Yep. Go away, volume. You're so annoying. It like never does what I want it to. Yeah, did it that time. Yes. Right, so there's your gap. That's a brutal triangle. Let's touch the 200. Aye, cool. Probably bounces up then. Will it close all of it on its first go? No, probably stops at 3558, and then it's nothing really. Big divergence, big leap. Big drop. We're not divergent, even though then it's not divergent, like, or is it? Head and shoulders It's testing the neckline, so it's going to bounce from around there. You know, that's going to bounce from around there, and then on top of it coming in probably around. I can't do that. Let's just draw this on, even though it's not the way I normally do things. Not the way. Yep, double your gap. So you're looking at these sort of things, right? So breaks of these, both of these things. You know, then you reassess it. But in the meantime, not very good. And you know, Jeff Bezos sold shitloads of his Amazon not that long ago. He doesn't really believe in it all that much. So why would you? And he owns the thing. So, and also, what about that spaceship he went up to and he's not even getting his wings because you can't even move around, and the people that run it, like, it's amazing, but it's too small and you can't do anything. It's a bit of a waste of money. Yeah. Space Monkey 499, thank you so much. You're very, very generous. Thank you. I wonder if there's any new competition vying for Amazon's hold on certain economic industries. I wonder, right, is there a big fulfillment company coming in? And have they got a better relationship with their customers? And do people actually hate Amazon? Do people hate Amazon? Like, I really like the people who work for Amazon in the lower levels of the company. Just think like they've gone through a lot of shit, and I think the job attracts certain type of people, and every one of them I've met here, I'm like, nice dude or nice lady, and I feel like, you know, they don't get enough and they should get more. And but that company Amazon, nah man, treat your staff like shit. Hate them. Plus there's GME doing what's going to be doing everything that they're doing but better. So silly. And Amazon's how much? $3,599 for that, and the guys that run it, you're like, I mean, don't know, do you hate them? Do you hate them? Whereas GME, it's only $164. Oh my goodness. I mean, if you were in a shop and they were like, do you want this one or do you want that one? You'd have picked this one anyway. And then they tell you the price and you're like, wow, well, I passed that taste challenge. Darn right you did. Such humiliation everywhere. It's a freaking joke. Yo. Case, you're a legend, man. Thank you. Such a freaking cool community. Thanks. What did you do, Case? Hi, Jones. Desktop app is... Case, you are a legend. Thank you so much. The desktop app is way simpler. If you comment me after the video, I can walk you through getting it set up. Wow. Legend. Wow. And if you do that down below, comment on getting it set up, then everyone else will read it too. Wow. Simone. Super chat $5. Thanks so much, Simone. Thank you. Do you know of any details on the AMC shareholder meeting today? Is it today? No, I don't know any details on it. They are having it right now underneath my desk. It's happening right now. The AMC shareholder meeting. How's it going, guys? Very good. It's going good. That's what the inside word is. It's going good. Do you know any of the details? No, I don't. Not other than what I just passed on. Can understand some of what you're saying, but what I do get is gold. Kim Sung. No. Kim Sim. What is it? Sorry, I fucked that up. Kim Sim, thanks so much. That's really appreciated. I will try and enunciate better and put gaps between my words. I swear I'll try if I can remember. I'll swear. See Sisk if you want another different one. I don't want a different one. I want to go and eat. Good idea. Let's do that. Jimmy, Kim Sim. Just do it. Did you put $5 on that too? I didn't notice that. Thanks so much, Kim Sim. You're a legend. Thank you. And I've missed loads of stuff here, so let me go back through it. Kim Sim, Simone, love you, Jamie. Thank you, Jamie. You don't love me. That means. Blaze Monkey 499. Thank you, Daniel. You legend. I was wrong. Kenny G's wife. Oh yeah, this is what we read. You're right. She's doing the old spouse DD there. Pretty sharpish, to be honest. Tradespotting, can we get the GME from Stunk Puppet? He told us 217 this Friday. Is some explaining to do. Well, it's not Friday yet, is it, Case? So let's wait and hold on for that. But yeah, you may well have done. I think he'll feature heavily tomorrow, one way or the other. I think so. I'm not a consistent group chatter most days, but I hereby swear I will try, me not knowing what Discord is really. You don't have to worry about that, Hayes Jones. You don't commit to something that you're not going to be able to keep sticking at all the time. Hello, hi, you looking in my house, hi. You'll enjoy it. There's lots there. There's lots. And you'll enjoy the people. They're dead friendly and nice. Streamlab, thank you. No, don't love it. No, don't love it. No, what do we not love? Kimson, what do we not love? We do love it. Amazon warehouse work is horrible. I can imagine, eh? And you're not allowed to go to the toilet, I heard too. They don't like that. And then if you tell them, like, when you say anything about it, they'll tell you you're a liar and fire you, and then you'll finally get your job back. But why would you want it after that? What a joke. Daniel, supporting the channel. Thanks so much, Daniel. Hoof-hearted. Hoof-hearted. I see what hoof-hearted means now that I say it properly. Good name. I know, who was it? Vic Vince. Sexy, exy, kexy. Oh, it's so sexy. What currency is it? Your boy from Bulgaria is a fanny, says Daniel Kim, and he's right. You're right, Senior Daniel Kim. He's a bit of a fanny. Allegedly, he's a huge fanny. GME's better than 6. It's true. Thank you. Fanny packs aren't organic. That's a true comment there as well. Stephen Williams subscribe. Thank you. Paul B donated $25 to cover some. Oh, we got back, so we covered them. So we did it. And we got Dan with a 4 for the rapid fire Twitter memes today. I've been bored, laid up after vaccine dose number 2. Cool. Right, I'm gonna shorten my life force for a day. Oh, you're still doing them. You're lying up doing the memes. I've been on Twitter a couple of times posting funny things. I'm _Jamie_Curran on Twitter. I'm at King Jamie the First, FIRST on Instagram. And as you know, I'm /Tradespotting on YouTube. I stream from 6 till 9 British summertime. And I'm very, very, very good alongside Rocky Outcrop, who streams at market open from 2 to 3 p.m. And you won't find anyone better at doing cryptocurrency TA without a long search, a long, lonely search. And when you could be in there enjoying stuff with all these friendly people, that's where you should be. Shane McGovern. Well, hey, Shane McGovern is a legend. There is a legend walking among us. Where is he? Hi, H. John. There is a page for memes. There's pages for all sorts of amazing shit in there. There's games nights and stuff. There's so many cool stuff in there. Movie rooms. There's loads of cool stuff in there. Anyway, just whatever it just is, it's cool as. But you have to go via Rocky's Patreon. And the way you'll get there is by going Rocky Outcrop. No, it isn't. It's going www.patreon.com/Rocky Outcrop. ROCKYOUTCROP. My son is in therapy, just going through the motions to try to get him better. You say that, but you're doing everything you can for everybody around you. You're an absolute legend. In fact, it got deleted by Streamlabs. What the fuck? Please refrain from posting links. There was no link there. Oh, you see, this is what Streamlabs does if you put full stops in. Simone told me this. Was it Simone? Oh, it's Leslie. Somebody. She was it told me earlier. It's just today I was talking about it. If you put a full stop in your sentence and then not a gap after it before the next word, Streamlabs, that's a link. That's a link. Get him out of here. That's a link. That's what Streamlabs like. So sometimes you put in a really nice message like Baba Majama did there, who's like a hero of a dad, such a hero of a dad. Getting his message, I'd punch Streamlabs in the face if that happened in real life doing that. So love you, Baba Majama. Thank you, Jamie. Have a good night. Thank you, Man on Earth, you legend. Shane McGovern with It's an ellipsis. It's an ellipsis. When I was coming back from Spain, and I lived there, and I was coming back, and I knew I was coming back from university, and I knew that I wouldn't be living in the south of Spain anymore. And I was travelling through the Alpujarras, and then out through the bottom of Andalusia. And you go through these olive trees, these fields and fields of olive trees, all perfectly spaced out, and all in this like rhythmic passing hypnotic motion, taking me home to Edinburgh, and thinking, you know, these olive trees, they look like an ellipsis. And really, what that means, what an ellipsis is, it means to be continued. And that is exactly what we're going to be, continued. Fucking right. So I roll the credits, Jamie, and thank the people that helped you today. Daniel Assange, who helps me every day. JC is me, and me. Paul B, Dan Wildo, Lipton, Daniel Kim, Sally Mander, did I help you? I did in the end. Vic Vince, legend, Hoof-Hearted out here, Space Monkey, Simone Cooper, Kim Sim, Jeffrey C, Beige, and Stephen Williams, all subscribed. I'm sure there was more, but maybe it's unsubscribed because you hate me after, or maybe it just doesn't actually tell me all the information. Thanks so much, and like I say, to be continued.